Okay. Last time you got the results of your downtimes and helped Trevor out with his not being able to sleep because of other people's nightmare problem by ending up leaving him with a Brassicomancer, who is kind of semi not human anymore. But she seemed cool. And you decided to get the hell out of Dodge, to say nor how, and you are going to end up in this town over here, which I have named Holton.
Bolton. Okay.
Holton. Holton. I haven't updated the world map yet, but it is on the other map.
Bolton it is.
Which is a rest of the day journey, probably.
Was it enough for a day?
Sorry?
Were we in range for a day? Let's see. Okay, fair enough.
If you travel a bit at night on the road, you can get there in a day.
Sure. Well, no time like the present.
No.
I think we, in character, probably finished all of our shopping long ago since we were in downtime.
Oh, Mag,
Mm-hmm.
I have decided that if you want a proper conspiracy board, you're gonna need to make it.
Conspiracy board?
Well, so your
Oh,
downtime was looking into the church.
okay.
If you want to actually come up with links and shit tracking the people and events in a big conspiracy board, that's gonna be for you to do.
Okay, but I still need the information.
Sure, and I can give you that.
Okay. Okay.
But I need to know what information specifically that is beyond what you already have.
Well, yeah, the hierarchy of the organization, the people involved, like what their personality quirks are and all that kind of stuff.
Sure. Yeah, like you know the people you've interacted with and who have interacted through you, and you have a vague org chart. If you want to know who someone is in a given position, I will make that happen. But I'm not going to detail the several thousand people involved in the church hierarchy right now.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering how much information I got out of the library itself.
Yeah, just ask me for whatever information you want, and I'll give you what I can, basically.
Okay.
So, unless anyone wants to change their mind on where we're going,
I don't think so.
Cool. The rest of the day is fairly uneventful as you move into Holton. And I'm going to bring us briefly here where you can see the two towns. I've zoomed in a bit on the area. So we have Holton, and then through the woods we have Shoreby.
Oh, I see. The other one that's on the other side.
On the other side of the wood.
Sure.
Presumably, we've seen a bit of forest already, and there is still a path here, I'm guessing?
Yes, you have seen. You've been in forest for probably a couple of hours at this point, but there is a well-worn path here.
Not bad.
Poorly paved, but paved all the same.
So would you say it's not wagon friendly? It's more for like people and maybe individual horses?
It's wagon accessible. On a bad day, it certainly isn't friendly.
I see. Okay, fair enough.
Muddy and not very well graveled. But people can get through it just fine most days.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And you enter the town of Holton. Not Horton. That's a different town with very different people.
They hear a who.
Yeah, this wasn't meant to have the grid on it anymore. I'll turn that off. Don't think we're going to have a city-sized battle in here. Right, did I bring you over? I did. Okay.
Oh.
Welcome
Oh,
to
okay. What is
Holton.
going on? Lots of houses.
Yeah.
Bit more organic than we've seen so far.
Very much
houses
so.
all over the place.
Yes.
Where are we? Oh, we're over there.
You're
okay.
over.
Okie dokie. So is it like late in the day at this point?
Yeah,
Or...
it's probably a shade past twilight. Like you would say it was dark, really, at this point.
Yeah.
There's enough lighting in the town to see where you're going, but most people are. Well, you would expect most people to be at home in bed with their families, but there's actually quite a few people you can see in a crowd at the end of the road there.
Yeah, that's weird. So
Or-
there's more than like these three stood here.
Yes.
There's like a whole bunch of people.
Yes.
Okay.
well. I think we came on foot. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess we can, or at least B is going to approach the back of the crowd just to kind of see what's up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna try not to draw attention to herself immediately, at least.
Sure. Is anyone else not going to follow?
No, that
No,
seems fine.
because like this is the way into town, and we need to find
Yeah.
somewhere to stay anyway.
Sure. And as you approach, you can hear a very old man having a heated argument with two significantly younger dwarves, and he's going on about how they aren't respecting the traditions and how they should go back west where they came from, and they aren't welcome here.
Whoa.
Oh.
Can we throw hands with this dude?
I mean, he looks like he'd probably shatter into 1,000 pieces if you breathed on him.
Good.
And the two younger dwarf fellows who are in church garb are kind of trying to ameliorate him a bit and calm him down and de-escalate the situation, but they aren't having much luck.
Okay.
I mean, can we talk to him? Like, I there won't be punching, maybe, but could we talk to him?
You can approach, yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Amber, this is why I doubt your the amount of remorse you say you feel for bisecting people.
I
Comments like that.
feel a lot of remorse, but I also don't tolerate racism.
But I also love the splatter of blood on my face.
I love the warm metallic feel as the rivulets roll down my throat.
Yeah, I have to kill. I have to kill to feel, man.
I'm just out here trying to feel something.
I want to know what love is.
Oh,
You're barking up the wrong tree.
no.
I'm sure there's a dairy for that, though.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, so you're going to approach the argument.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Let's wander over. So it's the old dude telling them they should leave? Question
Yes.
mark?
Yes.
Go back west where you came from.
Go back west where you came from. And you do know that in the far, far west, there are some primarily dwarven strongholds in the mountains.
Sure.
Okay. So can Tulip or all of us walk up and be like, "Is there a problem here?"
Yeah, and the old man will be like, "You're damn right there's a problem here. And we've got more outsiders coming in trying to tell us how to run our lives and run our town. You need to go back where you came from."
I mean, if this is how you treat people, maybe you could use the advising.
Now look here, young lady.
Yeah? Look where? Down at you?
You're gonna come into this town and start beating up old men. Is that the kind of person? You should be arrested and you should be thrown out.
Oh, I'm not gonna beat you up, sir. I'm just here to tell you that you are a walking second place medal and you need to calm down.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Haha, bitch. I know
What? Wait,
plenty.
what? What? So out of Oh no.
He is going to decide to stay in the crowd.
B wants nothing to do with this.
Yeah. None of us are associated with
Chris has like wandered over, found something he can lean against, and is just stood there kind of laughing. Just watching Tulip get angry at something. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this does happen to people who aren't me."
Actually, some of the townsfolk are kind of getting in between you a bit and trying to, like, gently pull him away, but, like, more forcefully bar you from approaching any closer.
So if that's still going on, actually, Chris will listen to this for a bit and then he'll sort of sidle up to the two guys that the old man was originally yelling at, and just be like, "Why is he yelling at you?"
Because he doesn't like us?
I mean, yeah, obviously, but why?
I'm not entirely clear.
Oh, so you didn't like end up? Oh, so he's just an old man yelling at things.
He is an
He's
old
yelling
man
at
and he is yelling at things.
He's yelling at
Right,
the
We're
guy.
trying to do some important work in this town and he's just out here harassing us.
Ah, you see, it sounds like he does. So what are you doing here?
Well, now isn't really the time and place to get into that.
Ah.
And he's trying to
Hey,
keep
old
an eye,
guy!
trying to keep an eye on the old guy and make sure he isn't trying to bonk him with his staff or anything.
I mean,
Hey,
Tulip's
hey, old guy.
What do you want?
I mean, why are you yelling at them? Aside from you just hating people?
Because they don't belong here and they're gonna fuck everything up.
How?
Oh, I wouldn't expect you to understand. Outsiders never understand.
That's because you don't explain. You just yell at us about how we're wrong. So how?
Fuck yourself. And he turns and starts hobbling away.
Okay, bye.
Ugh. I bet when he dies, like, his body won't even fertilize the ground for all the toxicity in him. What a cunt. And yeah, Tulip
Jesus.
does say that out loud.
Wow.
Wow. And the townsfolk kind of glare at you a little, but not like you've just like insulted a revered elder. More like that isn't really polite, and the dude's a bit gone. So like, you know, don't be a dick about it.
I'm a barbarian. It's my job.
It is your job. I'm as the GM. I'm not saying you're doing something wrong. You do it, but they don't like it.
Meh, whatever. Can we, like, ask the dwarves if they know a place where we could stay so we could talk things out with them and get more info?
Oh, you can. There's probably somewhere you can stay in the church. It's a bit late now to be arranging stuff.
Hmm.
Cool. So hi. Who are you guys? I'm Chris.
I'm Jasper, and this is my assistant Ruby. We work with the church here.
Oh,
Sure,
cute
sure.
names.
Do you know where we can stay? We literally just got here.
Oh, it's a bit late to be booking into somewhere now, but the church has some bunk rooms you can use. At least for
do.
tonight.
B, where have you gone?
The sighs a little bit and then makes her way through up to them. Yes, what's up?
Apparently we're only likely to find somewhere to stay at the church. So I guess that's what we're doing for the evening.
She shrugs and says, "Okay."
Is Zigger in eyesight, or is he buggered
No,
off
no,
somewhere?
I'm nearby y'all.
Okay, sure.
And yeah, I'm not opposed to that.
Sure. Okay then. And he turns back to the other two. Do you get a lot of that here?
I mean, not a whole lot. Mostly from him.
Weird. Okay, cool. I mean, at that point, these two don't really seem to have any particular interest in talking to him, so he'll wander into the church.
Sure, they'll show you in. You get the feeling that they aren't like front-facing church officials, so
Yeah.
they aren't really on the whole interpersonal stuff. But they show you in and show you somewhere where you can put your stuff and get some rest.
Did they
Sure.
like have any equipment that might have not? I'm not talking about like combat equipment, but like gear that might give an indication as to what they were actually doing.
Yes, they seem to have a lot of like investigative equipment. They've got the Ruby's carrying around like parchment and books and stuff, and Jasper's got like different lenses and kits hanging off belts.
Okay, are we thinking like scientific investigation or like detective investigation?
Bit of both. Bit of both.
Okay.
Does it look like there's anything unusual set up in the church itself? That wouldn't usually be expected to be in a church of this size?
No, it's a pretty normal kind of rural-ish church.
Okay, fair
There's
enough.
there's a little corner in it because they're fairly open plan. There's a little corner where there's some bulkier, like not hand equipment set up that looks similar to the stuff that Jasper's carrying. And there's a nice looking writing desk with a stack of parchments and books and scrolls and such, where you imagine Ruby probably works from the look of her.
This church in particular, compared to like other churches in the region, does it look like it was like newly constructed? Like it was it hasn't been here long?
Um. That's probably check worthy. What check would that be? Do you have a relevant law? I don't think you do.
No.
Do a society, crafting or society.
Okay. I will roll society since
Since we live in one.
Not super noticeably. Doesn't seem noticeably newer. It seems a bit more viney and like slightly dirtier on the outside than most, but that's probably just a function of being in the middle of a wood.
right, right. I'm just wondering if like this guy's this old man is like griping about stuff. It seems like he hasn't had that much exposure to it, so it might be relatively or new, but I guess that's not the case.
Well, there is an opportunity or a possibility that the old man still predates the church being here.
Right, and also you kind of gave indication that he's got dementia, so
Well, maybe not dementia, but maybe lacking in his best judgment in his old age.
fair
Shall we
enough.
say.
Is it just the two of them who are here staffing the church?
It looks like it, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I don't have any other questions. Where is it? Is this the church? Right
Yes. Yeah.
Here? Okay. So the party is here.
Yes.
Right here.
So you've got the church there. That's a little area for the horses to be, and then in the back, in the distance here, you've seen some slightly larger buildings that look like they're more of an industrial area, such that this place has any designated areas at all.
Well, I assume they'd have like woodworking, like lumber mills and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
there's lumber mills over there. There's like other forestry stuff, hunting lodges and stuff. And then to the south, there's a few archery ranges where people practice and such.
As you said probably earlier, there's crafting, like making chairs and tables and
Yeah,
things like that.
carpentry and forest crafts and such.
Okay.
I've suddenly become very aware that I've said that like 19 times in the last 5 minutes.
And such.
And such.
And as such,
I do have 2 questions.
Go on.
First of all, when the old man was arguing with these two, back in well, I guess the square, I'll say, were the other people watching on? Were they kind of watching on like like it was funny, or did anyone seem genuinely concerned, or like what was the overall sentiment, just from like a quick glance kind of thing? Or was anyone really paying that much attention at all?
Oh, there was definitely attention being paid. It was concern that something might happen and also a bit of spectacle.
Okay.
Did
of excitement.
Jasper and Ruby, did they seem like did they seem combat capable, or were they like civilians that had a job, like just a job that they were doing?
Mostly civvy. They're certainly not carrying any weapons or meaningful armor at the moment. But people can surprise you. They might have something up their sleeve.
Right.
They're not out here looking for a fight, though.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. Sure. Second question: were most of the townsfolk just human? Like, is it just a human town by the looks of it?
It's as most significant population centers in the country, it's fairly metropolitan. There's quite a few different races.
Okay.
If you were to hazard a guess, there might be more elves here than normal.
Got it. Yeah, because I just asked because I noticed the old man is an elf in the graphic at least.
He is an elf in the graphic.
So,
That's mostly because he's an elf.
That would make sense.
Very old one at that.
You must, yeah. If he looks old and he's an elf, then he must be very old indeed. Okay, that's all I was curious about for now.
Cool. Ruby and Jasper are mostly getting on with their own nighttime preparations.
Giggity? I
No,
don't know.
they're just tidying stuff up mostly.
Fair enough.
Ruby's doing a bit of sweeping.
Like, dude, the Dairy Week has too much power here.
Yeah.
Not the Church of God. Not the gods we know of.
Can Tulip offer to help with the chores?
Yes, she can, and Ruby will gladly accept the help because Ruby doesn't like sweeping.
Cool. I guess Tulip would also apologize for causing a scene / adding fuel to the fire earlier.
You'll get a non-committal acceptance of that apology. You get the idea that they probably didn't need the extra aggro, but, like, it's whatever.
I think B will also offer to help, which is a little unusual maybe for the others, especially knowing what she was like back as a kid, but you know, she's been doing more of this kind of stuff in the past, I would say, couple of years. So she's kind of gotten used to it a little bit.
Sure. Well, there's certainly enough to do. The place doesn't look like it's been particularly well cared for. It's a bit cobwebby, and the pews aren't shining like they are in some of the others with polish.
Pew.
Pew.
That's to be expected, because I guess there's only 2 people and they seem to be mostly occupied with other things in the first place. So
yeah,
use a bit of spring cleaning.
Well, they're very thankful for the help. Right.
Yeah,
Cool.
Kind of makes up for you coming in and causing a scene with the old man.
He was causing a scene by himself.
He was.
But other than that, I don't think I particularly have anything to do except for go to bed and see what else happens tomorrow, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, more or less. It's late enough that, like, going to the tavern is a bad idea, right? Like, it's not an option because everyone's asleep, more or less. Like, or at least that's my assumption, anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, you bed down in your bunks. It's not a particularly comfortable night's sleep, but it's dry and relatively clean. Perfectly serviceable. And you wake up the next morning, Jasper with an array of books in front of him and Ruby scribbling away on some parchment.
Okay. Well, Zigga was not helping with the chores last night, so I'm going to assume that he's up relatively early. And he would probably sit down next to Jasper and Ruby and...
Why is he suddenly an Aladdin vizier?
What?
Jasper.
Oh, I can't say Jasper because I just played Enderal recently, and Jasper is like one of the main characters, so I have it on the brain.
Fair enough.
Jasper just seems weird in comparison now, even though I know it's the more common. But yeah, no, Ziggo will sit down and make small talk about what they're working on, and if it doesn't seem like it'll bother him, starts picking up books and like rifling through them.
He's welcoming of the company, but he doesn't appreciate you rifling through his carefully sorted and annotated books.
Well, I mean, Ziggo would be also like super respectful of the notating system based on his. Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't want to be touching him at all, fair enough.
Navi, please just leave them be. I'm in the middle of referencing through them.
Okay, well then he's just like as he's working, he'll just look over his shoulder then, I guess.
And it looks like he's reading up on the local geomantic web, which is to say ley lines.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say ley lines.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's happy to talk about his work with you, and he'll say, you see, this area, this whole forest is something of a nexus point for the geomantic web. There's a lot of intersections in the area that cause particular regions of powerful potential. And well, the weird thing is that we're not actually seeing evidence of that potential, despite the fact that we know that they pass through here. So we're trying to figure out why that is.
What would you expect to be seeing under normal circumstances based off this energy?
Well, it depends. In some areas, you see particular increase in aberrative life forms or strange mutations or odd weather patterns. In others, you have to be a lot more careful with detecting energy potentials in the area, which is what some of this equipment is for. But we haven't managed to find anything out here out of the usual. It's like it's just kind of flat.
Is this area particularly notable in the region for, or is there other similar places like this in the region?
Oh, it's pretty unique to Cunavitum, but out in the wider world, there's plenty of them. And they act as expected, as described.
Interesting.
Can I take this opportunity to say that B has been waking up and maybe walks near them with a yawn?
Absolutely.
Okay. And she's just gonna make a side comment. I don't know if you want me to make like an Arcana check for this to see if it's even reasonable, but her thought, she would say, is it possible something is absorbing the excess power?
Absorbing? Well, if it were absorbing it, we would expect to see a radial decrease in the power in some way, I would expect. But it's like it's just there's no features to it.
So it's just emanating harmlessly then?
Maybe, but then we would expect to see peaks where the ley lines cross. It's strange. It's very strange. It's like something's blocking them.
Have any expeditions been made out into the woods itself to...
Well, yes, we've been out a number of times over the last couple of years, but we don't really have anything to look for. It's not, we're looking for the absence of a feature in something that we don't know what the default configuration is. It's awkward. Just randomly wandering around in the woods isn't particularly fruitful.
Well, I mean, there was, precursor runes, so presumably they probably had the similar idea of looking into this sort of thing, and they probably had runes around, like, I would say focal points.
I would expect so, but we haven't managed to find any. It's the issue with a heavily wooded area such as this. There's a lot of growth and a lot of shifting and a lot of wildlife that tends to do things. Ruins don't last as long as they do out in the plains.
Interesting.
much. So just, I guess it might be easier to describe this out of character. When he said like it's odd and it's like it looks like it's being blocked, is it more like, is he describing the like the energy from the ley lines as being more like evenly spread out because there's no like points where it peaks, even where you would expect them to cross, or is it like the ley lines are just stopping somewhere kind of thing?
The former.
Okay, so it's more of like this area has like a consistently raised level of energy, but no, not more distinct than that.
Yes, and they would
Oh.
expect to find distinct points of particular power.
Sure. Okay.
But I'm not finding that.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Chris wanders over at this point, I guess, probably yawning.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, why are we talking about Arcana so early in the morning?
What do you mean
It's a bit-
early in the morning? It's 6:30.
Early in the morning. Oh my god. Tabit, where are you? She sort of wanders over and just like climbs up onto his shoulder. Okay, that's step one of being awake and alive.
Don't
Oh
let
god.
that cat knock over the ink, please. These are some very precious
Habit
words.
like turns and looks at him and is like, this cat is quite perfectly capable of doing as she wishes.
I'm sure she is, but if she ruins several thousand gold worth of books, then I'm going to have to hold you liable.
He looks offended. as much as a cat can look offended. And he's like, oh, so what? Why? So this is what you're here to look at?
Yes.
Why did the old geezer give a shit? That's so weird.
I don't know.
Okay. What are we doing today? He just looks at me.
Oh no.
The-
Bee's the vacation mum. Bee's got an itinerary to stick to.
Oh, at the mention of the books being worth several thousand gold, even though she knows that it's not liquid, perhaps they have some sort of funding from the church. So she is going to say, well, I was gonna see if there was anything. I did think it was a good idea for us to see if there was anything in town that needed doing. She's kind of gonna she's gonna like kind of glance at Jasper when she says that. But otherwise, I don't think we have anything in particular planned.
Right. Okay.
Jasper notices the look, but doesn't particularly say anything.
Okay. But she stretches a little and she says, maybe we can see if there's anything going on in town. And if all else fails, we might just take this as a bit of break. And this whole ley line thing does seem a little interesting. So maybe we go take a bit of a trek into the woods. Just to take a look.
The scritching from Ruby's desk stops, and you see she gives Jasper a look, and Jasper gives her a look back. And it's kind of like, look, they said that they maybe want to go out there and have a look, and the look back from Jasper's like, look, we don't know, this isn't a thing. But this is all like completely silent
Subtext. Yeah,
gestural
subtext.
gestural conversation that's going on
Sure.
here.
Can I have Bee add one more thing then? Just to hint a little harder. She's gonna say, but I mean, and she just goes on. She doesn't even look at the other two, directly. And she just says, but if someone, because she's talking to Chris right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone comes up to us and asks us to do something that, we've done that in the past, so that could be a good start.
Yeah, let's hope it's not some old bloke who wants to punch something. ugh.
wants
Chris is like
to,
blanking all of the subtext that's going on because he's so asleep.
Yeah.
It's just like,
he will kind of finish a sentence and say that some old man who, like, when he says some old man who's trying to obstruct people from doing their work.
I was gonna say who wants to punch something, but yeah, sure, something, whatever. Yeah.
Fair, it doesn't really look like he can do much of punching anything, but I get your point.
It doesn't mean he doesn't want to.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know the kind of black woman in hindsight meme?
No.
It's kind of like, I told you, didn't I tell you? I told you, kind of sassy. That's kind of the energy that Ruby's emanating right now.
I see, okay. I think I know this scene, actually.
And she's like, Jasper, do something about this, please.
Or they get paid off by the old man who wants to obstruct your business.
And
Well,
Jasper's
he
like, fine, right, okay, look, here's the deal. We can't just give money to people for having a walk in the woods. But if
I wouldn't even suggest that.
But if you do go out there and happen to find something of note to this investigation, then there may be a bounty in it that we can justify to the bean counters.
And B nods perfectly innocently, and says to Chris, "Hear that? Chris and Ziga, I guess, since they're both here. Hear that? That sounds like an itinerary for the day."
Do you have any equipment that you would like us to bring out there to capture information for you or anything?
Oh, we'll bring that out if you actually manage to find anything. This stuff's quite sensitive. We don't want to be huffing it out into the woods for no reason.
Sure. That's understandable.
It seems to be heavily crystal-based.
Very smashable.
Very smashable.
Butterfinger's don't do very well in this industry.
No.
Wait. Hang on. What are we doing?
Wandering
It's just confused.
things.
What? I've missed something here. What are we doing?
Wandering out the woods and investigating for any unusual things.
We're walking into the woods and looking for weird stuff.
Yeah, anything that would suggest leyline energy and irregularities, or the results of leyline energies being higher than usual.
Sure. Okay. Whatever. Better than the old guy.
And she says, unless you want to stay behind and help some woodsmen chop up some lumber, which I'm sure they know how to do. She glances at his probably less than beefy arms.
Yeah, Chris sort of gives her a frank look and is like, no. And you know the answer is no. You know I would rather wander around in the woods
than pick up an axe.
Than subject myself to manual labor.
Is there a path between the two towns?
No.
Like he's asking the NPCs.
Oh, sure. No, not at all.
Why?
It's, well, there's never been need for one.
How? What do you mean? There's like, it would be a massive detour, or to go around all the way.
Right, but no, there hasn't been a need for it. You don't just build paths between every single house everywhere forever. Like, no one needs to go through that wood. No one needs to travel between those two towns.
They do also have. They're also a town in the woods, so I imagine what they do is quite similar to here.
Let's just go beat shit up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were up. Good morning.
Yeah, no, Tulip's just been looming in the background.
Okay.
Looming.
I mean, she big.
Like,
She's big but quiet, so she can probably get away with looming every now and again.
Ruby seems a little distracted by Tulip.
Oh.
In what kind of way?
In a kind of like staring kind of way.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Oh no, sorry. Gets back to writing.
You should loom over Ruby.
I mean, I'm probably, well, Tulip's probably doing it accidentally already.
You're in my light.
Oh, sorry. And Tulip will shuffle aside.
Thank you.
Bee will idly ponder if there was a sort of halo of light around Tulip from Ruby's perspective because of that.
Possibly,
Yes.
there might be a positioning of the morning light through the stained glass that was particularly advantageous at that moment.
Yeah, but instead of making it seem like Tulip is like angelic or beautiful, it just made her eyes fucking glow red with malevolence.
Oh no.
God. Secret demon.
Oh, there's no secret.
I mean, I haven't been told about this, so
Yeah, let's go beat the shit out of something.
please don't beat the shit out of the old man.
I said something, not a thing.
People are nouns.
Yeah, well, he's a... Whatever, he's a dick. I'm not gonna beat him up, but he is a dick.
Wait. What are you expecting to beat up?
Chris,
Well, then,
like,
maybe.
Tulip's gonna look at Chris and be like, Chris, there's always something to beat up when we go in the woods.
Well,
Tulip's
There's-
got the bloodlust.
There is, like, what, trees?
Motherfucker, we have fought so many things in the woods since we started this journey. Like, you're telling me we're not gonna go into the woods and find more orcs or, like, crystal people or exploding old men elves or something.
Well, I mean, I don't think we've fought any exploding old elves.
Not yet. Not yet.
Jasper is looking at you a bit sideways now. Like, are these people psychopaths or?
And B will say, "Look, I'm pretty sure that orc attack was the only thing that happened in the woods, and that wasn't even our fault."
Fine, but if
Chris
we
is-
do have to beat something up, you guys owe me, like, breakfast or something.
Well,
What?
we can go get breakfast first. I wasn't
Yeah,
suggesting an empty stomach.
I'm not awake enough for this shit. And he just wanders off out of the, just like wanders off in search of food.
Food sounds good.
There.
Let's go to the tavern.
Yeah. Okay. So who's going out the door first?
Me.
Okay. You open the door and immediately take a very knobbly staff to the sternum.
Ow, you fuck. Who is. Why? I'm.
What did I
Oh,
say? What
and the
did
old
I say?
and the old man from before is there, and he's immediately like, "Who are you, and what are you doing in our town?"
I'm. Chris. I'm waking up. What do you want?
I want to
Go
know why
away.
you're here.
I'm just passing through.
To where?
Who cares? Why does it
Me.
matter to you? Leave me alone.
Because this is my town, damn it, and I'm sick of outsiders coming here and fucking things up.
B's gonna come up behind Chris and ask, "Are you the mayor?"
Mayor? What do you think this place is? Some big bustling metropolis?
She tilts her head slightly and she tries again. The village elder?
I've
The
been
headsman?
here since this town was established. And every time someone new comes in, they fuck up the balance of things. And it takes so long to get it right again.
Can Tulip try diplomacy, whatever, talking to this guy like a reasonable human being?
Yes.
That is always an option to you.
What is Tulip? How is Tulip gonna do that? Like, what's the approach?
Tulip is going to walk up to the old man in as much of a non-threatening manner as she can, and she's going to apologize for her actions earlier, and explain that we are not here to fuck anything up. We're just passing through and assisting these folks with some of their business, but we don't really intend to fuck things up or linger forever. So, you know, if we can do anything to make you feel more comfortable with our presence, we will, but you can't go around hitting, like, my brother, okay? Like, if he doesn't react or hit back, then I have to because that's my job.
Ooh, that was edging into intimidate at the end there. Ooh.
Yeah.
Do me a diplomacy first, and we'll see how it goes.
I don't know, I'm gonna fuck it up.
F. Oh.
Okay, do me an intimidate for flavor.
F. Oh.
Okay.
Thanks for doubting me.
Hey, no, I doubt
control
I doubt anyone's ability to roll a d20 at a moment. Like,
Yeah,
at
at any time. All d20s
Yeah.
are cursed, yeah.
Amber, what have you done? This old man already had issues with bladder control.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
So he gives you a very stern old man not liking you look. They give a real stink eye. But it's like, okay.
Jesus. Right, where can I get some food? And Chris just like wanders past it. It's just like it's too early to have like people trying to talk to me about Arcana and have an old man yelling at me about stuff I don't care about. It just wanders off.
There's a few choices for eating out. They aren't particularly glamorous, but it's
A lot of
nice. It's
parts.
nice hearty food that'll keep you warm for the morning.
Good. He'll wander over to whatever stall or anything he can find. Be like, a big bowl of something to make me not asleep.
Let's say this one over here.
Yeah, that'll do.
And you'll get a big coffee analog, and
Yep.
and a big bowl of something filling and
Porridge-esque. Yeah.
porridgey. It's good.
Yeah,
It's good for you.
something oats and whatever.
Yeah.
He just sits down and is like, okay, and tries to become alive.
Yes. It's surprisingly herbal, actually. It feels it tastes quite fresh
Huh.
and light.
Fair enough. Did everyone stay back to talk with the old bloke, or?
No, I think we headed out.
Sure.
I think B will say, "I'm sorry. He's not very coherent in the morning without something strong," and she'll
Typical
give him a
drunk.
look, and she won't comment on that. She'll give him a little bow of the head, just to like an acknowledgement. And she'll say, "Hope you have a nice day, though."
Mm.
Caleb will probably be trying to like tail Chris and make sure his head wound isn't anything serious.
Oh no, he got poked in the chest
In
with
the,
the thing.
yeah. It
Oh, I
was
thought he got slapped in the head.
no, sternum.
Oh.
Middle of the chest. It was just a pointed
prod.
bonk, a prod.
Yeah.
Slightly painful, but not actually damaging.
Fair enough.
He didn't roll to attack, basically.
I love the way that you said something strong and the man thinks you mean
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't correct him.
Oh, you bastard.
That's our alcoholic
I mean,
brother,
hey,
all right.
In character, it's because she didn't want to give him an opportunity to argue with her.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but, I
Yep.
mean, now he's gonna spread the word that we're all a bunch of big drunks.
Yeah.
Good for
No,
nothing.
just Chris.
And as you move past him, you can hear him muttering about balance and nature and the woods and all that manner of shit while he hobbles off.
Okay.
Chris has probably like managed to somehow consume half of his porridge and coffee by the time you guys sit down.
Oh, he just
And he-
unhinges his jaw and then pulls it in.
Yeah, more or less. And like when you guys sit down, he sort of looks up and is like, "How long was he stood there waiting for us to walk out? I've just realised."
It might have just been actually, before I say anything, did the old man leave after we did, or did he go into the church?
He didn't go into the church. He just kind of potted off in a direction.
I see. Okay.
He didn't look particularly steady, but he is ancient, so.
Sure. She says, not sure. He might have just gotten there when we were about to leave. And she is gonna say, hold that thought. And she asks Tulip, can you order me something? You know the one. I'm just gonna go take a quick peek at him to see if to see where he's gone, in case we have to worry about him at all.
Yep, Tulip will give the thumbs up and do so.
Okay. So B is going to head in the direction that the old man had.
Mm-hmm.
If she sees Zig on the way, she's gonna ask him if he wants to come along. Probably.
Yeah, we can tail him.
Maybe just for a little bit, see if he's doing anything suspect, like bonking whippersnappers.
Oh, he's definitely yelling at some youths every now and then. But the youths, in fairness, don't seem to be up to much good themselves. They're loitering and hanging out on street corners, being a nuisance. I know. But he does seem to be just kind of pottering around near the church.
Okay.
And like occasionally like pulling out like stray weeds and tidying stuff up as and where he can.
Okay. Those youths that he yelled at earlier, did they seem to even care about him much? Like, did they treat him with any sort of respect? Even, assuming that they're youths who are in the rebellious phase.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely, like, mid-teens shithead youths, you know the kind.
Sure, yeah.
But they don't, like, they mostly just roll their eyes and kind of just ignore him.
I see. Yeah, that gives me a bit of an idea of how he's viewed, although maybe a biased one. Okay, if it seems like that's what he's doing, I'll just say, well, he seems harmless enough. Maybe this is just his usual shtick.
Yeah, he's not coherent. As to what he wants. Like, he's not it almost seems deliberate that he is not articulating any sort of serious concern.
I think yeah. Are you saying that in
he's
character?
Just like in character. Like he's just talking about how new people want to fuck stuff up, and like that they're throwing things out of balance. But like, if he actually cared about an issue, he would be willing to expound upon it. But he just keeps repeating the same like 3 or 4 buzzwords. It's really bizarre.
It's Elf Shapiro.
And she says, well, maybe he's just someone who likes the old days, the old times, He might not have anything specific other than wanting people to leave if they weren't here already. Which, it doesn't really make that much sense, but I think I can sort of understand. What's the old man wearing?
It kinda looks like sackcloth.
Oh, okay.
Like roughly stitched into the pattern of normal clothing.
Okay.
But it's not like modern, like machine-ish loomed sackcloth.
Sure,
it looks like it's proper old school handmade stuff.
Of course. Is he carrying on anything else? Or is that about it?
He's got a few pouches about his person and his walking stick that's especially knobbly.
Okay.
And he's quite hunched over as he potters around.
Sure. She's just gonna double check one last thing and then probably call it for telling him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to try to cast Read Aura on his walking stick.
Sure. Do you cast it on a thing? I really should know how this spell works by now, because you've used it like 4 times.
Yeah. So read aura is targets one object 30 feet range.
Okay.
Focus on the target object to perceive magical auras. You know whether it's magical. If it is, the school of magic.
It is magical,
Okay.
and it is. I just need to keep this page open permanently because it needs to be referenced. God, what would it be?
If you tell me it's evocation, I'm gonna be a little worried.
You know,
Necromancy.
it might be evocation.
It's a staff of fireballs.
I need. Okay.
If it's like assistive magic for walking, then it might be transmutation or something.
No,
If
it is. Ooh, it is transmutation. Actually, I think.
All right. Sure thing.
Just
And,
frantically control Fing the spells page to look for an analog that's relevant to what he does.
Sure. She's gonna comment to Ziga. Well, it does look like he's got. So she's gonna explain that his staff is magical. With that, she say he has been. It does look like he's been around for a while. So maybe he's not all just hot air.
Yeah, no, what bothers me the most is that I think that there's some validity to what he's saying, but because of the way he communicates, you can't actually get to it.
I guess. Oh, now I remember why I did this check in the first place. It wasn't to see if he was a wizard or not. Well, sort of. It was mostly to see if he might actually be onto something with people throwing things out of balance when they came here. And she's gonna kind of voice that suspicion to Ziga, even if she doesn't know where that's going at the moment.
Yeah, Zega's, thoughtfully nods, and he's like, yeah, I mean, that's a possibility, but until we know more, we can't really make any
Just something to keep in mind. In that
assumptions.
to say. I bet breakfast is getting cold.
Yeah, let's go eat.
And he's going off this way. Oh, and he's becoming very short. I accidentally scaled him. He's going over here.
Okay.
Sure.
So you have breakfast.
While they're doing that, is it possible to sort of just, I don't know, either earwig / ask around is whether anything's been happening in town recently, or I could even ask like the person running the place or whatever. Has anything been going on? Is there any weird events? Has lots of people come through? Blah 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 blah.
So the person running the place is your stereotypical big welcoming lady.
Yep.
Behind the bar, and she's quite cheerful. She's quite happy to see you as well, because you're the first kind of new visitors for quite a while. Not very many people come to Halton because it's a bit of a dead end. And it's mostly just local gossip and fucking Llewellyn's causing trouble for the church folk again. And geez, I mean, someone should really help him out with that, or help them out with him, or something.
While they're having that sort of conversation, as people come over and like leave bowls or whatever where they're done with their food, Chris will just like prestidigitation them clean over and over again while they're having the conversation.
Oh, that's very kind of you, dear.
It's like,
Saves me a lot of time and effort.
It's fine. I don't want to do it either. So it's just
the entire reason that Chris became a witch was to avoid the washing up.
I mean, that was certainly a portion of it as a kid.
It's a valid reason.
They just sat there prestidigitationing and having a chat with the proprietress, but basically nothing much happened.
No, business as usual. Everything's ticking along quite nicely. The wood industry is fine. Everyone needs chairs and tables and stuff.
Yep. Fair enough.
A lot of it gets exported out through know-how, or down to the capital. It's going along quite well.
Fair enough. I mean, once he'll have that conversation, and once everyone turns back up, he'll sort of excuse himself. Be like, everyone's turned back up. Thanks very much, miss, and just
Oh,
wander off.
Don't worry about it, dearie.
And he'll wander back to everyone's table.
Yeah.
Oh well, this place has got not an awful lot going on at the moment. Kind of just standard fare for everyone. Where did you go?
Went to see if the old man was up, if it was up to anything in particular. Didn't find out too much. Seems like he's just pottering around, pulling some weeds, yelling at kids. You know, the usual thing for old people.
Oh. I mean, I thought he was just an angry old bloke, so it doesn't really surprise me.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'm sure he has his grievances. He's been a while. Looks like he's been around for a while.
So do we have any objective going into this forest as far as how we plan on approaching it?
Well,
Because I am not a survivalist.
that depends on whether we come to a map or not. That's my out of character thought. But I guess maybe what does detect magic register here if one of the other two casts it or uses it?
It's sort of like Crystal just sort of whatever. He sort of wave his hand and cast it.
30 foot. You know if there is magic.
Yeah.
Just a thing, basically.
Within that range, not really anything.
Okay.
There's a very, very minor enchantment on the cooking pot that just kind of makes it a little safer.
Okay. Well, that's actually that's a good thing, B says, because that means maybe we'll actually, can I make an Arcana check to see if I would know if a ley line would trigger detect magic?
Yes, you can.
Okay. That seems like a
Bear with
decently
me.
reasonable.
Bear with me. I just realised I forgot to create a handout that I wanted to do, so I'm quickly
Sure.
uploading that. Okay. So ley lines are kind of wide enough that it just kind of becomes part of the background radiation at this scale.
Okay, so probably
Um,
not.
Like if you
Although,
had a constant detect magic going as you walked from not on a ley line over the ley line, you'd probably be able to figure it out that there's something there, but it's quite a subtle difference.
So how about this? Because like I can cast detect magic at will, as of level 2 now. And so what happens if we walk around town looking for a ley line, and we treat it like a road, and we travel out into the forest until we find a convergence between two different ley lines, using the ley line basically as a road, and that way we wouldn't get lost in the forest, and we could go like that.
That would be a decent idea if the dwarf guy didn't specifically say that there doesn't seem to be any obvious convergences, because it's all flat in terms of energy level, it seems like. Although I was pretty much just going for, can we find a ley line at all? Basically. That would be my starting point.
Didn't the bloke have maps
Wait,
of them?
yeah, I didn't get the impression he said that there weren't convergences. It's
No,
just
there are
that
convergences there, but the energy level of them is not higher than when they're not.
Yeah,
they're not
but
convergent.
Fish just said we could use detect magic to like know when we're crossing over a ley line. So if we use that same ability to like just travel down a ley line like we're traveling down a road,
I mean, that in that case, we're always on a ley line, even if it's crossing a different one at some point. I don't think we'd be able to. I mean, maybe Fish would say otherwise, but I don't think we'd be able to tell that way.
I'm not understanding what you're saying. I
If
apologize.
we're following a ley line as a road, that means we're on the ley line, right?
Right.
So then, if we come across a different ley line that it's crossing with, the state of things is that it's still on a ley line, so there's no difference in terms of that.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Well, in that case, we could probably separate, like, I don't know, 30 feet and travel in like like a line, like
Yeah.
a horizontal line, and that way we would know if we passed over one.
Yeah, that could be a good way to go about it, if this all sounds reasonable.
Someone brought up the fact that they might have a map.
Yeah. Chris is sort of like watching you talk to each other, and then he says again and goes, "Didn't the guy have a map of them?"
He says,
No.
I might have glossed over that. I blame, and she yawns, that
Eat your
Well-
porridge.
she eats her porridge.
Okay, yeah, we could do that. It's just that if they have a map, that they probably analyzed it from the particular direction that they would be coming from, and if we did it in an entirely different way, we might come across information that they weren't aware of. But we could start with their maps.
Doesn't hurt to have a bit more information, she says through a mouthful.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, let's see if we can like make a vague copy of one of their maps and then go and find a, what are we calling them? Convergence. And then when we're there, I guess we sort of like go out in concentric circles looking for weird shit. I think that's basically the plan. Look for weird shit.
Yep.
All right. And then it's just, he sort of leans back, listens to all the gossip going on around him, and waits for you guys to finish eating.
He will wolf down her food.
I like the idea that in another life, Chris is like a wine mum.
A wine mum? What's that?
Like, the kids are off at school and all the housework's done, and she doesn't really have anything to do. So
she drinks wine.
So she drinks wine with other mums and talks about people.
Had Chris been born to a different family, Chris would be a bard. Let's be real here.
True. True. Okay, so
Once everyone sorts themselves out, I guess we go back to the church and
cool.
talk to Jasper.
That far.
Jasper is not currently present. He's gone off to do
Ruby?
something. Ruby is still there scribbling away.
Well, Ruby seemed like the more helpful one anyway, so.
Hey, miss. Sorry, Ruby, was it?
Yes.
Hi. We're gonna go and look for things out in the forest. Can we like make a copy of a map of the ley lines that you got? I just need to scribble on some paper.
Oh, yeah, you'll need one of them. Hold on. And she'll rifle through hundreds of papers and come out with... Now, let's see if I do this properly. That.
Oh my god.
It's a lot of lines.
Now, that's Holton, and that's Shoreby, and that line that goes across the top there, that's the border.
I can't see what you're pinging.
I'm not pinging anything, I'm just talking
Oh.
about this
There's
line.
there's that curved line, that's the border.
The curved line across the top, that's
I
the border.
getcha.
And the river. And then every other line is a ley line that is confirmed to pass through these woods. There may be more, but these ones definitely do.
Sure. Is it in character unusual that all the ley lines shown are straight?
No.
Okay. That's
Not that you know of.
Okay. That's not unusual in character, or that's a thing because it's simpler to do a lot of straight lines out of character?
Both.
Or both. Okay, got it.
Both.
Sure.
I mean, in reality, they're not actually straight because the world isn't a plane.
Okay, there.
But when you view it as a plane, they are straight, yeah.
Are you sure it's not a flat Earth? It could be.
It's not, it's toroidal.
Oh, right.
Turtoidal.
Turtoidal, yeah. It's a donut on the back of a turtle.
Yes. Oh my god, please. So the existential question is, why hasn't the turtle eaten the donut yet?
It's not hungry and it's gluten intolerant.
And it can't reach it.
You can't reach around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair
We're
enough.
all screwed if it ever rolls onto its back. A, the turtle can't roll back over again, and B, it crushes the donut.
Turtles can usually roll back over.
Nope, they can't. Never. That doesn't exist. That's
Futurama
pro,
wouldn't lie to me.
Fake news.
pro turtle propaganda. Nope.
Okay,
Look,
so
Futurama would
Ziga
lie.
suggests he points at the map at the convergence of the 6 line or the 3 lines that are closest to the town. And suggests, well, why don't we start here? Obviously, the interesting point seems to be the center, but this is much closer to town.
Okay,
Sure.
that's as good a place as any.
I figure we could head out of town almost due west, and use a detect magic until we can get to the ley line that heads to the northwest to southeast line, and follow it up until we get to the convergence point.
Mhm.
Does that sound reasonable?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, we in the end, we're wandering around in the woods, hoping to find.
Yeah, I mean, the hard part is going
Yeah.
to be getting back home when we're ready to go, because none of us have survival, and like we can get the ley line map to.
That's not
We can
true.
get. Wait, what? Really? Somebody has survival?
Yeah, that would be me.
Oh, okay. Well, then all the better.
I don't know if you remember, but Chris used it before when trying to find the Zikarite crypt before getting ambushed by the orcs.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a +6 mod on survival.
Oh, well, then we're good. We're good. Then. We should be fine. Okay, well, then, yeah, let's head to that.
No one picked up no direction for level 2 then.
No one picked up what?
No direction.
Why has
What's
no
that?
direction, as in NO.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm fairly sure it's a cantrip.
It is a cantrip.
It lets
Is
you...
it an occult cantrip?
I don't know. I don't know that one, but it lets you know which direction you're in.
I'm pretty sure it is definitely primal. Yes, it is divine, occult, and primal. Because apparently wizards are the only people who don't know which direction.
Oh, I forgot I have some extra cantrips that I learned. Lol. Yeah. It's not an option for me.
It should be. It is occult.
Nope. It's not there for me to pick.
K-N-O-W,
Oh no, there it is. No, I found
no
it. I found it. I
direction.
found it.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
yep,
there.
yep, yep. Never mind. Ignore me. Carry on. And no, I didn't pick that up. Lol.
Cool.
All of my cantrips are too useful for me. Can't do it.
You don't need milk.
Okay.
You don't need milk.
Okay. Well, I guess we do
Set
that.
off for adventure.
He thanks Ruby and just sort of wanders out.
Good luck.
Yeah, sure, it'll be fine. Well, whatever. He just wanders off towards the woods.
Sure. Okay, I think that is the point to bring you back to here.
Ah. So the convergence point is here or something? Here.
Feel free to mark on the map where you think it is.
Ish. It's here.
I'm gonna have to step away for a little bit because I got kiddo.
Sure.
Actually, no, that's not quite right. Hang on. Delete. It's oh, Christ. It's here, ish. Is that right? And the really big one is
Further
here.
west. Yeah. It's basically, if you look at the picture of the town, it's the slightly to the north and to the west. The first convergence of 3 lines there that all are on one point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it would be around there, I guess.
Okay. Well, oh, have you taken the markings off? I was going to use them.
Oh, sorry. here
Thank you.
ish.
So
Something like
you
that.
have that many kilometers to move through the woods. There is no path.
Okay.
Which I think means you need to make some survivals.
Okay, I'm sure it will be absolutely fine.
I hope so.
Go. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you feel like you're moving in the right direction and at a decent speed.
Good.
And you're probably about there.
Oh no, this is yeah. Okay. This is gonna end well. Okay. Right. Yep, let's click the button again. Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Well, you reckon you're probably about there.
Oh no.
That seems about right to me.
Okay. Yeah, you reckon you're probably about where it should be. And
Do I
it's,
reckon that? Do I?
And it's like mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Man, those were fails. F.
Talk about. I don't feel like fails.
You're in the woods.
All right.
Yeah, we sure are.
Have we seen anything unusual thus far?
No, there's birds around. You probably caught sight of a couple of larger mammals like deer, some rodents, plenty of bugs. Probably a couple of very minor streams. You're in the woods.
In the woods. All right. Well, clearly a very good idea. The trees. Are there any trees that seem like they're a little bit taller around here?
A little bit taller.
Yes. Than the surrounding trees, what I meant.
Do me a perception.
Okay. Where am I? Ha.
No.
I imagine it would be pretty hard to see the top of a tree from down here.
That's why I said it in a questioning voice.
Okay, well, fair enough.
It is starting to get a bit boggy around the area.
Boggy. Okay.
Yeah, not like wading waist deep through muck, but like your boots get stuck every now and then, and it's a bit more muddy.
Can I make a nature check or something to determine if I know what the climate is like around this area?
Yeah.
Or maybe farming lore, if that's relevant. Because you got to know about the weather for farming.
Forestry lore, I'd say yes.
Okay, I'm mostly kidding.
Nature, I mean, honestly, it's pretty homogenous throughout the whole country, really. There are areas of low-lying marshland, but this isn't really one of them. But also, like, sometimes the aquifer is just, or the water level is just a little bit higher.
Well, maybe it's a little unusual. It is a start, she'll say.
So, one question. Chris looks around and it's like, did we leave a trail to get back with? No. We probably should have done that. He says now that we're in the middle of the fucking woods.
Were there any tall buildings in town?
Yeah, I mean, the church was like probably 3 or 4 stories, but it's as far as you're aware, 30 kilometers through the woods. So
fair enough. sure we'll
Can
find
I-
something if we keep wandering.
Can I make the assumption that my cat is capable of climbing up a tree?
Yes.
Then Chris will like look around. He'll wander about for a bit, looking for a relatively tall tree, and ask Tabit to just climb up it and like take a look and see if she can spot any landmarks in the vicinity, and then come back down and tell me.
Sure. Can
Oh, I didn't
Tabit
realize.
roll perception?
I have no idea.
Or nature?
Stat block. How do I? How?
I think this may be the first time that Tabit has actually acted.
Yeah, this is the problem with how do you do a roll for
It's
your familiar?
equal to your level bonus.
Oh,
So
she's got a +6 on perception. Will that do?
Yeah, that'll do.
All right, so we'll roll a d20 +6, right?
Yep.
I also forgot about something.
Mm.
What's that?
I have a compass. I feel like that might be helpful.
Almost as if you could have figured out a bearing and
Yes,
followed it in a straight line.
possibly.
Possibly, yeah. It's a shame you don't have any landmarks and have no idea where you are now, so it is essentially
That's too
useless.
Well, it might if we figure out which direction the town is in, maybe we can use it later to get back.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Right, so Tabit goes up a tree and has a
Yep.
look. Far off in the west, you can see quite a bit of smoke.
Oh,
Smoke?
Yes, but it is really quite far in the west. And a little bit north. To the east, you can see trees stopping. You can see basically the edge. And it kind of looks like you're on a little bit of a hill, almost.
Chris like consults the map we were given of the ley lines,
Mm-hmm.
looks at where we're supposed to be, then considers the fact that we can see the end of the trees and goes, "We're in the wrong place." Because I think judging by the fact that we can see the trees, it's like we're like here or something. Or oh, I can't ping.
You're
We're
on
like
Ruler
here.
Road, I think.
Like down here somewhere,
Mm.
not up here, because the end of the trees is either Holton or this.
could be that, I guess. Oh, I guess if you say east, then yeah, I guess it would be Holton or that. That would be quite a ways to go off the mark though.
Yeah,
So hopefully it's Holton.
yeah, yeah. It would. I don't think. Either way, I don't think we're in the right place. But Tabit couldn't spot Holton from up the tree.
No. But that said, most of the buildings in Holton are shorter than the trees, so it would be.
Yeah, but we're on a hill.
Yeah, but the trees are still opaque.
I didn't know how tall the hill was.
Not that tall.
I just got this mental image of imagining the what's her face, the church official who sent spies to follow us to make sure that we were behaving, and the spies travel with us to Holton, and then they watch us have conversations and they assume we're doing something significant, and then they pursue us out into the woods where we're just like wandering around in the woods for a day. These guys are no concern whatsoever.
So B is going to suggest maybe we can use the smoke to the west as a landmark for Shawby, because she's gonna say that that's what it probably is.
If that's Shawby's on fire.
Do we know anything?
Because there was a lot of smoke, right, Tom?
Do we know anything about the industry of Shawby?
David, what did you say? I want to address that first, but I'm blanked on it.
There's a lot of smoke, right? Like a lot of
Yes,
smoke.
there is a lot of smoke. It could be a fire. Yeah, possibly. If you want to know about Shoreby, do me a society.
I shall do that. Yay. Boop. Oh my god, I can't. That's so far. This I have rolled like an 8, a 4, and a 2.
Yep, it's a town in the woods.
That's unfortunate.
Quite like you
So-
are at the moment, but a bit bigger.
Yeah, beans are all stupid.
Does Zigga have any society if Zigga is present?
I do. Yes.
Tell us all about the town, please. Please, for the love
For the
of
love of God.
Yeah.
Nope.
I do not.
Oh no.
He's not even sure if it's in
Yeah.
the woods.
Zigga thought Shoreby was to the south of the capital. But
mean,
maybe he's just having a bad day today.
Probably
Is there
not.
anything else we can roll?
I'm gonna say no because it seems like one of those rolls where you can't retry it because you've tried
Does
to.
it look like? Does it look like a forest fire? Does it look big enough? Or rather, from the description, because I haven't actually seen it, but Tabit did.
Do nature.
Sure. If it looks like a forest fire, then that's bad.
Hmm.
Go gadget. This.
Below a 10. Oh!
Holy fucking shit!
It's too dense to be a forest fire. There's a lot
In-
of it, but it's in a very small area.
What the smoke?
Yeah, it's coming out of a very small area in like a big plume.
So it's more likely man-made or like a bonfire or something.
Something like that, yeah. If it were a forest fire, you would expect it to spread wide and then burn itself out eventually, so it would be kind of thin.
And you said it's quite a long way to the west.
Quite a long way, yeah.
So then it makes sense that it would be Shabi probably.
Well, no, because if we can see that far to the west, then we'd know where Holton was.
No, just because we can see the smoke from Shabi doesn't mean we can see Holton. Because, like Tom said, Holton is shorter than trees.
But Holton doesn't make any smoke.
Well, no.
Maybe not enough to be seen from 30 kilometers away.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just head a little closer to it. Like I
The
know
smoke?
yeah, like I know it's probably dumb, but it sounds like it's a good ways off.
I mean, we have a compass now. Now that I've remembered it exists, so we know which way is north. So that means we know which way is west. If we look at this marking that that David made earlier on the map, it's roughly level with. It's roughly on the same like lateral plane. What's that called? Latitude. As Shabi. So presumably, if we just make it so that that smoke plume is to our west directly, we'll be closer to where this thing is. Does that make sense?
Oh, I see what you mean. So we're
Like, if
trying to
down-
end up on the
if we're down
same.
here- yeah, if we're down here, then west is pointing like not at the smoke.
Mm.
But if we are where we're supposed to be, then it should be pointing directly.
Was the smoke northwest, Tom?
He said it was west by northwest.
Yeah. Just about. In that vague direction.
So if anything, we're like here,
Yeah, somewhere around there, probably.
somewhere here, probably. Okay, I mean we could try that. Yeah, so we could just like go north until the smoke is directly west of us.
Yeah. Coincidentally, does that take us further into the marshy area, or?
You'll find out when you commit to the action.
Sure, let's
I guess we go north. Does that take us further into the marshy area?
Yes, as it happens, it does.
Okay.
It does seem to be getting a bit marshier.
Sure.
Roll me another survival just to make sure you don't completely fuck it up.
Oh,
Christ.
You do have
So-
significant bonus for having a compass, but it isn't a magical point you in the direction you need to go button.
It
Lol.
specifically gives a +1 to sense direction or navigate, provided you're in a location with uniform magnetic fields.
Which
well, then I
you
got
are.
a 19.
Yeah, Yeah, so 19.
Is Navigate an action?
I don't know if
I
it's
didn't see it. I looked for one, but I didn't see it.
Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to actually click that. I was.
Well, that's
it's-
for the best, to be honest with you, because
Right.
that-
I was planning to click survival in this. I think it's just under sense
part of sense
direction.
direction. Yeah.
It does specifically point out sense direction as well.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So you having figured out that you are somewhere probably like down here, ish. You're moving north into marshy lands, and you
Yep.
end up probably about here when it starts getting real grim.
Okay, great.
And there's like standing pools of water and like thin, like grassy verges that snake between them.
Okay.
Are you going to continue heading north?
That's a good question. I mean, I think generally the answer is probably yes. It's just, is there a smarter way to do this than trudge into the marsh?
Well, I can't swing from tree to tree, unfortunately. So
Zigga might be able to.
Your name isn't Tarzan?
no, it's Chris.
I reckon
You're right,
Sulin
V.
could.
No.
You don't sound very confident in that, no.
I mean, it would probably be more reasonable to assume she could just go punching trees down. She is a big girl. There's not going to be any like, especially with armor on.
I guess we sort of head north slowly, painstakingly, and carefully.
Cool. Okay.
That seems reasonable to me then.
Could everyone do me a perception check, please?
Beans.
Okay, sure.
By giant padding plants or something.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Hooray!
You got that roll at last.
The duality of man.
Eventually.
So, Chris is in fact the first to spot it. There is what looks to be a kind of half-submerged brick column in amongst the trees.
A brick column,
Mm.
like a big chimney.
No, it's square and more structural than that. It's like big old masonry blocks, rather than actual like small red brick things.
So it's literally just like a tower of some description.
Far too thin. It's only like a foot wide and a foot deep.
Oh.
And it's kind of like leaning in the
So
marshy
it's a
grounds.
Minecraft nerd pole.
It is in fact a nerd pole, yeah.
Nerd pole?
Have you not heard nerd pole before?
No, I have not heard of that before.
Only nerds make them.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Okay. I mean,
I don't see, but okay.
Well, because real Minecrafters build their way up in a way that looks aesthetically pleasing, but nerds just put blocks underneath themselves to get up.
Okay, I see. Okay.
yeah. Cool. So with that, with that in mind, Chris will like point at the giant leaning thing and be like, what's that?
Looks like bricks. Let's go check it out, because obviously it's some sign of a civilization at some point. It might be the ruins that I was talking about probably existing out here.
Does it look... So I'm guessing we don't see any other ones like it around.
You haven't spotted any yet, no.
Okay. And does it look like it's in like pretty bad condition, or is it still standing?
It's ancient, it's leaning, the top's probably fallen off of it. It's probably sunk about 4 feet into the marshy ground. It's covered in vines.
Sure.
It's not surprising that someone might have missed it, to be honest with you.
Sure. That's not really suspicious then, other than being unusual.
I mean, if we're gonna go and take a look at it, once we get close enough, Chris will cast Detect Magic and see if he gets a ping off it.
So it is in the middle of a big old puddle. You can hit.
Yep.
You can hit it with detect magic. But how close are you gonna go?
In what sense?
Are
Sorry.
you gonna wade into the water?
Fuck no.
Cool.
The middle of a lake, basically, or not a lake.
Just-
but like-
no, I will stand at the edge, like, and see if I get a signal back from it.
Sure.
If Tulip holds him up like an airplane, does that get us any closer?
No, Chris isn't like an antenna.
Are you sure?
I'm fairly sure. I don't think that's how magic works. So you're casting detect magic on it.
Well, yeah.
It is not magical.
Cool. Was anything else within 30-foot magic?
Everything else is.
A little bit,
Where?
a small amount, just kind of all around you.
Oh.
Well,
Uh-oh.
seems like we.
Can
have
I? So, what does that normally mean? I know that's kind of worded badly, but like,
yeah.
if it what.
Could be the way
Presumably, I have been casting detect magic for quite a number of years now.
Yes.
So, like, when you get a response of "fucking everything around you is magic," what does that normally mean?
So okay, so when you cast detect magic in the presence of a magical object, that thing lights up like a beacon.
Sure.
When you cast magic in a magical, or cast detect magic in a magical area, it's more like a soft diffused light.
Sure.
And that's the kind of feeling that you're getting, but it's so very faint.
Okay. So could it be that like there was a ritual done here at some point, or
Maybe.
Sure.
A powerful old ritual could leave that kind of like residue in the field.
Sure.
educated guess, we may be on a ley line,
You may be on a ley line.
just because that's what we're looking for.
Look, you. Just because
Yeah.
that's what we're looking for.
Oh my god, you are such an older brother. Like, holy
Say
shit.
that in character.
Yes.
Okay. So B is gonna say what I just said in character. She's gonna say, I didn't want to say anything, but she shrugs. I think there's a pretty good chance.
I'll be honest with you. Look, B, I'll be honest with you.
Yes?
I've mainly been concerned that I haven't led us into some weird, awful place by accident.
Oh, sure,
I forgot what we were looking for.
Sure.
Also, B forgot the compass.
No, he's not saying that.
He's
because
not
a
saying.
nice
He's
person.
explicitly not saying that. Sure.
Yes.
That'd be mean. All right. Well, B is gonna start peering around to see if there's some way to the pillar that has been, obscured by the pillar based on where they're standing, or if there are any like, are there any like trees growing out of the bog, even if they're probably drowned and dead?
There are no easy ways over that you can see, though you can't really see what the terrain is like under the water. And all of the trees that are around seem to be kind of firmly planted on the ridges.
Okay. Damn it, is one of us actually gonna have to try swimming over there? That would be.
Wait, we have to swim?
I'm hoping not. That would be truly unfortunate. Because it is a bog. Probably not very nice in there.
Yeah, even if we're not having to worry about things like crocodiles or some shit, we're
Yeah.
still gonna have to deal with like mosquitoes and leeches and.
Oh, yeah, no, there are mosquitoes. It's not a good time.
I wish I could be intimidating enough to scare them off. That would be hilarious.
Just be
Just
like
wait.
Chris and get drunk enough that your blood is like poison.
Chris
to
is
them.
not drunk.
You can be saturated with coffee instead.
just vibrating on the spot.
You know, if you make that directional, you could probably skim across the water.
Can we just get Tulip to skip Chris
Hey,
across the
Felicity.
water like a stone?
Big skip Chris across the water. Oh no.
Oh
Did I-
no.
Why does Chris always end up getting yeeted in conversations?
Because you're the sassy motherfucker and you deserve it sometimes.
Oh no.
I feel like Zigger could afford to be thrown at something. He's a cat.
Well, yeah, but I like cats.
Oh, so
Right.
we eating Chris, but not Tabbit.
Well, yeah, Tabit's cool. And
I don't
Chris
think
is
I'd
like
be
my
as-
big brother.
Skippable.
That's true. The fur probably wouldn't help.
Just grease you up, it'll be fine.
Chris's face, on the other hand.
Hmm.
But yeah,
So-
Meg, were you saying something?
Oh, I was just I was responding to the idea of skipping Zigga. I don't
Oh,
think he'd be as
okay.
skippable.
Is it
Um,
possible to get closer to the brick column for one of us?
Yeah, you can wade through the water. You don't know how deep it is or what's under there, but you can go.
That's the issue.
I feel it's my job as a barbarian to do something reckless, so I would like to take my armor off and wade.
Okay.
What do I need to roll?
Nothing currently. You start wading in, and you're about, I don't know, halfway there, and it's up to your knees, and it's getting quite hard to kind of pull your feet out of the mud. But
Before Tulip goes all the way over there, is it possible for B to tie a rope around her waist?
oh yeah, if you want to interrupt Tulip and be like, look, we need to pull you out if you like
Yes.
disappear.
Yes. I'm sure
Alright.
between the three of us we can do that. Probably. Maybe. Hopefully.
I imagine you probably can, yeah. Like you're not.
Oh no. Oh no, the body shaming.
Oh, I mean,
Alright.
Tulip's a big girl, and
is a big
Chris is
girl.
a small boy.
Yeah, Chris is a twink. That's fine. I'm waiting. Let's go.
Oh no.
Zigga's strong. Ish.
What's Zigga's strength?
14.
Better than both of us, at least.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
I'm no barbarian, but I'm.
I mean, if Zigga wants to stand on Tulip's shoulders as she wades, that's fine.
Oh my god.
Oh, I thought we were talking about somebody that can pull you in if you
Yeah,
get a kraken
well-
eats you.
Oh, that's fair.
yeah.
A bog kraken.
Bog Kraken. God, I wish I had the foresight to make a Bog Kraken. That would have been
bracken.
good. You're halfway in. Your feet are having trouble, but not like malicious trouble. It's just difficult because there's lots of mud.
Is
Cool.
there enough water at this point that she could swim rather than walk?
She could try. Yeah.
I guess I'll try.
Okay. It doesn't get a whole lot deeper than that, and it's a bit clumsy, and you keep scraping your knees on the bottom. Roll me a d3.
Okay. I think I'm doing that right. Bitch.
Okay, you bang your knee into a brick that's under the water.
Cool.
Oh.
Love it.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't damage you or anything, but it hurts.
No, but the mosquitoes.
Water is poisonous and you die.
Yeah, it's actually
Well,
hydrofluoric
salt water
acid,
Oh, jeez.
and you melt.
New character, please.
No.
No, I'm too angry to die. Fuck you.
You make it to the pillar, and it's a pillar.
Is
Oh.
there anything weird about it? Any like carved patterns or any idea if it's like from a certain time period?
It does have some carvings in it. If you want to know what they are, roll society.
Oh, beans. Could be worse.
Several carvings of dicks.
They look very pretty. They might be decorative. It repeats.
You didn't answer my question though.
They aren't dicks. This
Does
isn't
anybody
a
in the
Pompeian
party-
brothel. Don't worry.
Does anybody in the party have like parchment and charcoal? Like I could probably try and take an etch of this at least.
That's
Zigga might.
Yeah, Zigga might.
Yeah, I have parchment, but you're all the way over there, and you're muddy.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, look there, you little shits.
I mean, I'm sure.
Well, okay, I've got it. So, right.
Yeah.
I could detect magic the thing, right, which means it's 30 feet away or less. So I can mage hand the paper over to Tulip.
I was gonna say I could make a paper airplane.
I always
should
prefer
work.
the paper airplane.
That should work, right?
Yeah, it's of light bulk or less. It's within 30 feet. Yeah, you can mage hand that over.
So I just sort of like slowly hover this parchment over to Tulip.
The paper plane hits Tulip in the eye and she dies immediately.
Tulip's allergic to the written word.
Wow. I don't know if that was just a general joke or a burn on Tulip. Goddamn. Yeah, no, this one can't fucking read, but whatever. Alright, I would like to etch this thing. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. Do me a crafting check.
Aw.
You can't whine every time you need to do
my
a check.
God. Wow.
That's a good,
Yeah.
that's a good crafting check.
So
That's pretty good.
So yeah, you have the forethought to kind of clear away the vines a bit so that it's not obstructed and rub some of the moss and shit off of it. And then you make a nice etching, a nice rubbing of the pattern.
Cool. Can Chris float that back over to him because mud?
Yeah, you can like hold it out to the mage hand and Chris can like
Yeah.
hover it back again.
Is
It's-
there any indication that this thing like repels magic at all, or it's just anti-magic?
Not that you've seen.
It's just weird that this thing has no magic, but everything else is like all the
Well,
magic.
I think he means that it's not more magical.
Yeah,
than,
it doesn't stand out against the background.
not that there's
Oh, fair
really
enough.
no magic in it. Yeah.
Okay. Can Tulip like? Well, she probably wouldn't be able to see underwater anyways, but
I would not open my eyes under the muddy bog water.
Yes.
That's how you get amoeba in your brain.
That is how you get parasites and such, yeah.
okay. I guess if there's nothing else that's exemplary about this thing, then Tulip will wade out.
I was expecting you to say Tulip will pick it up and wield it as a weapon.
Look, I don't think Tulip's strong enough to pluck a full fucking column up and be like, "You're my
No.
sword."
That I mean, maybe if Tulip were a giant barb, but not as a fury barb for sure.
Maybe let us read the carving first, and then we'll give up on it if necessary.
Sure.
So what do we see?
It's definitely a repeating pattern, whatever it is.
Okay.
I feel like I should call on Zigga for this.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because Zigga's all about the writing.
Scribing lore?
I think.
I've got scribing lore. I've got arcana. I've got society. I've got.
Do me a scribing lore, yeah.
I mean, they're all +4, no matter what.
Scribing lore probably lowers the DC. I think that's probably why.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay. It kind of looks like something that old elven tomes have in the margins, decorating stuff.
Oh.
Ooh, I wonder if the grumpy
Oh.
old elf man would know what's up. Does he have a name, Tom?
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn. I'm gonna call him Lou. I wonder if Lou would know.
So, do those symbols? Are they purely decorative, or do they mean something? Like, are they letters?
Do you speak Elvish?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I
Elven.
don't remember if
Yes,
I
I
speak
speak Elven.
I don't believe I do, but give me just a second. No, I speak Dwarven, but not Elven.
Okay. Assuming that you share that information with Chris,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of looks like it might be some kind of Elven lettering, but it's like weird and different and old.
Presumably, it's like trying to read Old English when you know English.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you can figure out, like, it doesn't even really seem to be words. So it might be like fuck, what is it? The Hebrew word for God is an abbreviation for something. or
Yahweh?
other. Yeah. Or how I think Muslims put something behind God as well, and that gets abbreviated. So it may be something kind of symbolic like that.
Okay. Well, we do know. B is gonna say this in character. We do know a very old elf who lives in the area, so maybe we can show this to him after.
Yeah.
Sure, makes sense.
Yeah, but it seems like this might be a dead end for now. Doesn't seem like there's anything particularly special about it anyway.
Well, I mean,
It's not. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
if this column is here, then more than likely there's more.
Yeah, for sure.
So we could look around the immediate area and see if
Yeah.
we find like an entrance to a room.
B was specifically referring to this particular pillar.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
sure.
It's
Yeah,
not.
so he'll pack away the etching and be like, "Well, we can show this to Lou when we get back."
It's not closer to Sylvan, is it, Tom? Like Fey language as opposed
Oh,
to
you can do
Elvish.
Sylvan as well, can't you?
Yeah, I can.
It's almost as if Elven were kind of written in Sylvan.
That is fucking weird. Do I make out any actual words?
No, not right here. With a bit of
Sure.
study, you might be able to, but
Sure. Yeah, no, I for reference, other than common, I have Celestial, Elven, Gnomish, Infernal, and Sylvan.
sure.
For languages.
I have the language. Yeah. Okay. I mean, if we're done with that, I guess we like beckon Tulip to grace, make our way back out.
I mean, Tulip's probably already out at this point, but
Yeah, fair enough.
And moist.
ugh,
And
yeah.
he is going to look at Chris and wiggle her fingers.
Yeah, Chris. I was about to say, Chris just like prestidigitations all the water off her.
Yeah.
So, fuck this.
There's an uncomfortable feeling of a full body squeegee going on as it all kind of gets slopped off of you.
Thanks, I hate it, but also thank you, but also I hate it.
I could have left you like that.
You know, I could have left you a lot of ways too, sweetheart, but I didn't, so we'll call it even.
Wow.
What does that even mean?
I think it was a death threat.
It was at the very least a half drowning threat.
Chris like stops prestidigitationing and moves on.
Oh no. Okay, your entire lower half is still moist. You only got the upper half done.
Oh no. Okay, well.
I'm just saying, I'm usually the muscle for this group, so he could be a little bit nicer, but he's my big brother, so he's not going to be. Also, he's a sassy cunt.
Wow. Strong words.
Okay. With that done, I guess we wander up further north. I think we still have to go.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think at this point it's rather it's not as precise. We may already be in the area potentially,
Possibly.
but exploring a little bit since we're already here wouldn't hurt, I think.
Yeah, I guess we wander about like at least a short distance, and then if we don't find anything, because we have to get back to town before it gets dark, and it's getting on, I think.
Yes, it may even be a bit too late for that.
Oh, I
It
guess we
seems
wander
like a
back at
pretty-
that point.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty normal forest. We could just camp out here. We have the gear.
Oh, fair enough. Up to you guys.
Yeah, may as well camp.
I think we can go a little further and just camp out somewhere that's not the bog after.
All right. I guess we wander a little further north and see if we spot anything else.
Okay. Could I have another round of perception, please?
Okay.
Da-da-da-da-da. Boop. No.
One brain.
Was that Zigger's one, or was that Zigger's?
That was
No,
the
no, no.
scribing.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, sorry, having to fight a cat to be able to access my keyboard.
Oh, sure. So, Zigger's the one to spot it this time. And you're almost fucking upon it when you do. You find yourselves...
Dead.
No, not dead. I really hope this works like how I think it's gonna work.
In a mimic.
Oh, what the fuck is this?
You find yourself presented with a fairly squat structure in the middle of a big old weird-looking pool.
Okay. Where are we currently?
You are, I was just finding you, you are to the south.
Okay.
Yeah.
These rocks, do they look like pieces of some material similar to the pillar, or are they just rocks?
They look like they may have come off the structure, yeah.
Okay, got it. Well, and this ground,
Mhm.
what is the consistency of this ground that we're all standing on right now, and these paths, I guess?
Mushy, but not life-threatening.
Okay, well that's good
What
to hear.
about the dark ground?
That's probably the water,
That is, in fact, pools of water.
the water/mud stuff.
Silty, crappy, boggy, licheny, mossy water.
I don't know whether this is just like either my poor memory or just like a coincidence. Does this thing in this structure in the middle, does it look a bit like the old shrine when we were kids that we used to pass when we were going into the woods?
Oh, tulips run off. It has some similarities, but not like you wouldn't identify it as that like.
It's not like a shrine of Quintus or whatever.
No. It's
I think that one was only a semicircle, if anything.
Yeah, I know. I just wondered because it's feasible that like an old destroyed like religious
Yeah.
thing could be in the woods.
Do these paths seem unusual in terms of how they're laid out at all?
that is a question I think only you can answer.
Okay. Can I make a... Well, I guess it would still be Arcana, probably. Can I make an Arcana check to try to identify if that's the case?
You could do a nature check
Nature, okay, got it.
because that's kind of like your primal perspective.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Whoa!
Big number. It kind of yeah, but also kind of no.
Okay.
Like the fact that it's an almost perfect circle is weird.
Okay.
But the paths themselves look like they're just kind of where the ground was a bit furrowed and
Sure, okay.
lifted.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. She will comment to the others, maybe be a bit careful. This seems a little unusual. I'm not exactly sure how. Just the fact that it's a big circle is a little bit weird.
I wonder if we go back to the map with the ley lines on it.
It should be available in your journals, I think.
It is, yeah.
Just wondering if it like looks anything like the ley line map.
This itself is a microcosm of the entire region.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I mean, it doesn't look exactly like it. There's enough similarities between the ley line map and this map that it looks.
That's the talk of a conspiracy theorist.
That is the talk of a conspiracy. You are literally drawing lines.
Chris is gonna like walk onto this path and see if he like sinks or anything, whether it's okay. Just like step out onto it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's still quite mushy, but it's not eroding away or anything.
I'm gonna slowly make
Yeah.
my way further
And
in.
stop there.
Yep.
I'm gonna put you back here.
Yep.
So as you step there, there's a big old rush of water.
Yikes.
Yikes indeed.
Whoa, what the fuck?
We're eaten by Gru.
Um,
Or a snake.
and where are we? That was the wrong button. That.
What is that? Water lash. It makes a brain once.
Damn it, fish, how
If
am I
you
supposed to
succeed,
fight
you may.
water with
Oh, yikes! That's a yikes. Okay.
water? Oh god.
Oh, did you do a grapple thing?
No, I'm putting that for reference.
You may use this. Make the opposed by either. If you succeed. Okay.
So we will need one
Fortitude
of
DC.
them.
Fortitude DC. is
How does that work? What is a grappling check?
add 10 to your fortitude save. What is that score?
16.
Too low. Okay, so
Yep.
that's
So you are grappled.
And then you
and-
have to make an opposed check?
Yes, we both roll athletics to see if it wrestles you into the water.
or
Or
thieves.
thievery.
Athletics
Or
or
thievery.
thievery.
Yeah.
Neither of which I am very good at. But I actually have a mod on thievery as opposed to athletics. So I guess I'll make a thievery check. Lol.
Okay.
Oh, so it's got you, but you're resisting hard.
Yes.
Uh,
Whoa!
And I think we need to make one of these.
Okay, yeah. Fuck, that's not an actual.
B hasn't turned around once, so she's just standing there admiring the scenery like Frisk fucking drowns.
Oh no.
Fucking yikes
So-
on my
so looking in
initiative.
this direction. Oh, this
Oh,
is some really
hold on. Wait, what's happened here? Why is everyone
You probably hear Chris's like concerned yelling. Like it's
That
doesn't seem
one's
useful
not
to me at all.
real, and that one's not real, I think. And then Chris's 25 is real. Okay.
yes.
And Tulip's 11 is real. I don't know why we have duplicates in that, but whatever.
I didn't see any.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe it's from a previous
Weird.
map.
Might be from a previous map. I might have rolled initiative for everyone instead of just for the Water Lash.
Ah.
Zigger.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Cool.
Hey.
Boop.
Well, at least
Also, fucking told you we would have to fight something in the woods.
well, there's a battle map. Of course we would.
Well, I create my perception or my initiative because I am technically 20, not 30, not 18. I don't. Where do I get to that macro again?
Plus,
Okay.
uh,
So I've been grappled.
You are currently being grappled, yes.
How does this function? What does that mean?
cannot move for this turn.
You need to attempt an escape action if you want to get away from it.
And what does that entail? What is an escape action?
Here's the actual grapple or grabbed condition, which is what a successful grapple check does. So you're flat-footed and immobilized, and if you do anything with manipulate, you have a 25% chance of losing it. And then to escape. Here's the escape page.
Thank you. You
Use
attempt to
your
escape, choose one. Attempt a check using your unarmed attack modifier against the DC.
Athletics DC. I don't know if athletics DC is just the check that they did, or if it's,
It's
10
10
plus.
plus.
Okay, so 10 plus.
So I would be rolling my attack mod versus the athletics.
Unarmed attack mod, yeah.
Or acrobatics or athletics if you choose. It says later.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I have a +1 in acrobatics. I don't see where I see my unarmed attack mod.
You probably have it +2 because everyone is trained and unarmed. What's your
Sure.
strength?
So it's 0. It's a 10. Lol.
Or
Okay,
dex,
so
unarmed is finesse.
Oh,
Oh.
12.
So then you have a +3 then to it by higher
So
than
a d20 +3 to try and not be
Yes.
grabbed by this giant water thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sure.
And you can try more than once per turn. 'cause
Yeah, it's a one. Nope.
Lol.
action.
Oh, I'm just going to keep doing this until I run out of actions because I really don't want to be grabbed by this.
Okay. Nope.
Wow.
The last one you well. So being grabbed only lasts for 1 round, I believe.
Yeah, you have to do another action. Oh, the grappler has to do another action to.
Yeah, so the third one escaping doesn't really do anything because you can't move after that anyway. I don't know if you have anything else.
Okay. Sure. I'll
Grim.
nudge fate one of you guys. I'll give you the guidance thing. I guess I'll give it to Tulip. That's it,
Cool.
I guess.
Zigga.
All right. I don't think that there's any way that I can get over to them in 1 round. 1, 2, 3.
Not in 1 action, maybe.
Yeah, not in 1 action. Okay, so then instead I will make 2 actions
Mm-hmm.
to move. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'll stop at 9. Right there.
Sure. It's
And
busy
then I'll
with
use-
Chris.
And then I'll use my last action to stab.
Sure.
I think I have +8 now. Cat, move. Cat is like blocking simultaneously my keyboard and my mouse.
Mm.
Okay.
Sitting on your hands.
That will hit it, but just fucking barely.
No, that's fine. I don't need to do anything more than barely hit it. Is that does that count as flanking?
No, because it's a large. She needs 3, I believe.
Okay. So d6 + 2.
Cool. What weapon are you using?
Rapier.
Rapier. Okay. You swing at it with the rapier, or stab at it with the rapier, and it kind of almost immediately falls apart.
Oh, okay.
And ceases to grapple Chris, and just kind of falls back into the water.
Oh. Well, that was eventful.
Hmm.
So can I, even though it's technically gone now, having seen a little bit of it, can I make a recall knowledge check to try to identify what that was?
Yes.
I can. Do you want me to guess what skill I'm using, or do you want to tell me what skill would be best suited for this?
I want you to guess. It's your
Okay,
character's
got
best judgment.
Sure. So it was basically just like a rope of water, right? Like
Mhm.
nothing else that was visible.
Yep.
That seems like a
Primal. Knowledge nature.
It might be. But it could also be because. Yeah, probably. So I'll make a knowledge nature check. Nope.
Well, it's definitely water.
Yeah.
Came out of
can
the
see
water
that.
and it was made of water.
Was it clean water?
I got up close and personal. Can Chris think about what this might
Yeah,
be?
absolutely.
So yeah, I can make a nature check. Why not?
Wow.
Sure.
Chris recognizes it absolutely as some kind of water elemental.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't, from its behavior, doesn't seem super active.
Huh. Okay. I mean, with that knowledge, Chris is gonna like look around for some rocks on the floor,
Sure.
maybe, and just start like, because it attacked from like here, right?
Uh-huh.
Just start like projectiling the rocks into the different puddles and seeing if he gets any response.
Lots of ripples.
Nothing like rears up out of the water as a.
Nope.
That'd
Okay,
be warm, fleshy.
fair enough.
Okay. He is gonna say, I guess that wasn't too big of an issue, but let's be careful when we go. It does seem like there's something unusual about this now.
Okay. Well, let me lead the way because I'm least likely to get grabbed by this thing if it attacks again. Because I assume we haven't seen the last of it.
Yeah, or them if there's more than one.
So Ziga will continue towards the statue or the ruin.
Out of
Okay.
character, I think Tulip is actually the one who's least likely to get grabbed by it.
And stop.
Ziga's got an incredibly high AC plus can use use thievery to get out of its grab.
It is, yeah, it is the grapple itself is against fort save. That's why.
Yoink.
That misses.
Heck.
Cha. Man, I really wish I had done that initiative differently, but whatever, we're cool. It's fine. There's another one. It's there.
Okay. Whose initiative is it? Is it top of the round?
Yeah, let's say it's top of the round.
I shoot it.
Okay.
Go, telekinetic projectile. Let me just
Mhm.
remind myself exactly how this works again. I think I literally roll plus my spell
Yes.
mod.
So
D20
mod
plus 8. Yeah.
Spell attack mod.
Nope, lol.
That will miss.
Okay. I'll guidance effectively Zigger again and be like, yep, done.
Okay. Oops, wrong button. Zigger. That will miss.
Would it hit if he had +1?
Yes,
That
it
would
would.
miss my plus
And
one.
then he hits.
Hey.
Value!
Value. It worked. It happened.
It actually did something.
Yeah.
D6 plus 2.
Cool. Yeah, that is enough. This one also collapses into the water again.
Yeah, I understand that it uses fort, but it also has to roll AC, and I think I have the highest AC of the
Yeah.
party, and I can break
We're
out
all-
of the grapple.
Sure. Zig is also very unlikely to get pulled in. Or
Okay.
less likely to get pulled in, I should say, not very
And
unlikely.
he continues to make it away his round
Okay.
until I end up here,
Yep.
and I'm going to begin looking out over this what looks to be like a
Ruined tower?
what is it, cuneiform tablet?
That's stairs.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Okay. So I'm gonna actually look at these roots. Does this look like the same roots that like, because now that you've got me thinking of that statue of Quintus or whatever from our childhood, this looks like the same root system that came and like swallowed it up that one day, right?
Do a nature check. Or a law farming if you have one.
It's gonna be impressive. Watch.
Wow, minus
Minus
one. Actually, they don't quite look the same. It's probably from a different plant.
Yeah, I mean they're just roots, I guess.
Yeah.
There's not.
So, I mean, now that we're here, what does this actually seem to be? Like, what is this? Or what is this the ruins of, do I think? Like, what?
It's a bit hard to say. From all the kind of rotting, like, half-preserved wood in the bog below, you kind of feel like there used to be actual platform here
Yeah.
where something was done. The rock is carved with the same kind of patterns that you saw on the column before.
Mm.
But aside that, it's kind of hard to tell from just the ruin.
Does it seem like there was ever a roof to this structure? Like, are there pieces of broken stone that fall into the water there that would suggest that?
There are a few bits of stone in the water, but it would be probably prohibitively difficult to tell where they came from specifically.
Alternatively, so on top of these like things that look like walls on the map,
Yep.
Does the top side look to be fairly like regular? Like that was the end of where the wall was?
Yes.
Or does it look okay?
Yeah. If you go up the stairs, you get the idea that you are on the top of the structure.
Okay.
Would be your assumption.
Sure thing.
Are
Yeah,
all
the-
three of these stairs? leading
No,
up to the thing?
only the one that you came up. The other ones
Okay.
are supportive columns.
Gotcha. Okay, so if we jumped down into this, what used to be, I assume, a platform, how deep does it look? Does it look like like it goes straight down into the marshy water area?
Yes, it's probably 10 feet to the water, and then whatever's under the water.
That's pretty far actually.
It's a little over 1 story.
Okay. Does there look like there's anything of note down there?
Perception?
Well, Chris is looking for that too, so
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'll do much the same. Did that actually roll?
Yep.
no.
It's surprising to you that the wood has lasted this long. For how old
Sure.
the ruin seems to be. And it does seem to be
Oh.
very weathered.
Sorry, excuse me. I've got someone at the door.
Sure. But there isn't anything particularly noteworthy aside from that. There's like some roots coming out of the water and a few rocks. But apart from that,
Okay. Yeah, the fact that the wood is still present. Does it look like it's incredibly well made? Or if it's using material that would be very durable?
it looks like normal wood. It looks like it was well made at the time. Most likely, it's like it has hints of having previously been square and flush and lovely, but time has not been kind to it.
Okay. I'm going to hop down to like what I assume is the lowest level that is still above the water surface. So like right here.
Sure.
And I'm going to lean down and pick up a larger piece of wood.
Sure. It's a bit of a
and-
struggle because it's kind of in the mud, but you can get it.
Yeah, and just look it over to see if there's any sign of anything interesting going on with the woodwork, as well as to, now that I've gotten closer, looking for something of note.
Looks to be that any fancy details have been lost to time and erosion. It's just a nice solid bit of wet wood now.
Okay.
I do have some questions if you guys done for now.
Yeah.
Okay. So the height of all the parts of the structure, are these like
Sorry,
arms?
back.
Welcome back. Are these arms actually lower than the part where presumably B and Chris are standing?
A
Or is it
little
all-
bit, yeah. It's like maybe 3 or 4 foot lower.
Okay. And does it look like it slowly slants down, like
No,
Potentially.
it steps down pretty immediately.
from after the edge
Yes.
over here?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
The layering on the actual graphic is slightly wrong now that I notice it. They are meant to be below, but yeah.
Okay, sure.
So are they
Um,
meant to be like support structures?
That is a reasonable assumption.
Just because
Okay.
the actual shape of this thing is very strange, I was going to ask if there was any symbology that would resemble this. But if that's a more reasonable assumption, then I think we would just go with that.
I mean, because what I was looking at, it looked like to me, this is the top, and this is the bottom, and this is the top, and this is the bottom, and it looks like almost like a double spiral staircase or something like that. Like,
I think that's not actually the case based on what Fish described. It seems like just the circle border is all one level, and then these two arms are another level, but they're lower.
That is
right,
correct.
right.
So then you're probably right. They were probably supporting something instead. Presumably.
I missed this. Was there anything interesting down there or not?
No, but all those Zigga's still like hyper focused on the wood. Can I try to mentally reassemble what this platform would have been used for based off the debris?
You can try.
Trying to think of an appropriate skill for this.
Why do you think that out? Sorry.
Untrained.
Did you say that the wood is surprisingly well preserved, Tom?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's still present at all, which is a miracle, frankly.
Brought it away.
Can I mage hand some of it up out of there?
Yeah, you can. Zigga's already gone down and gotten a bit.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna society to try to. Like, I can't think of a more relevant skill than
crafting.
To try to. Yeah, I guess crafting too.
Crafting, untrained lore engineering.
Which one have you gone with for that?
I've gone with society.
Sure. Probably either standing on or standing underneath.
Okay, but I'm assuming it's standing on, based on the exterior stone structures. Like, there would be no reason. Like, if you were standing underneath it, like as a house or a dwelling or something like that, it wouldn't make any sense. There would be a staircase up to the top, and it wouldn't make any sense for there to be support beams like
really
this.
thinking out loud here.
I mean, yeah, because Zigga's like in investigator detective mode, trying to figure out what this thing is. My best guess right now is one of two things: either like a dais, or like a platform for public speaking, or like a gallows. But I don't know. Or a ritual site, or like an altar, maybe.
Let's see. You said it was 10 foot down here. Okay. B is gonna ask Tulip if she can accompany her for safety, and she wants to make a circuit around the structure, basically.
Tulip will accompany.
Okay. So basically, I'm assuming we go together, maybe even Tulip first, but basically just in this direction until we. Mostly, I just want to see if there's anything on the top, like an entrance or something.
All right. Do we need to climb over these roots, or are we good?
Oh, stop that. As you're going over the route, an old friend pops up.
God damn it.
Friend.
This one's gonna do one of them. Oh no. Well, it's not a natural 20, so it's just the normal damage, thankfully.
How much is that?
On Tulip, 5.
Wait, why is my health set at 12?
It shouldn't be. Put it up to what it's supposed to be.
I don't know what it's supposed to be. I think it's like 21, but I don't remember.
We're at 32 max health, I believe. Let me double check that, because I have your sheet.
Oh god, Rev's running this game better than I am.
I just keep all the reference materials.
Oh, 22.
24 I have.
You have 36.
Oh no, that's Chris.
Yeah, you have 36 health, max.
Okay. And then...
Barbarian health, man.
-5. Okay. I've taken my bitch skipping.
Cool.
Instead.
We will open it with B.
Okay.
Oh, they need to do a thing for that. No.
That's a. Isn't that one on saves also a crit fail?
Yeah. Yeah, it
So-
is.
14 electric
Would
damage.
it in fact be dead?
Yeah, that one is gone bye-byes.
Thing that
Anyway,
he lets out a breath and she says, "Thanks, Tulip."
I did nothing, but sure.
I don't know. Sometimes all you need is a buddy. She smiles.
No, hugs for B.
Yeah, hugs back. A sisterly moment. All right, I guess we keep going.
Okay.
Bam!
Oh shit!
Motherfucker. Stop.
Oh, that's not that one. No, I do want that one, and I want to do. Oh no, that. I think. I probably should have just clicked it.
Who's that at?
B.
Okay, that hits and it grabs. Let's do the. I think my athletics is the highest contested roll.
Is it using pull under?
Yep.
Let's double check my. Yeah,
I guess it needs to roll for pull under then.
yeah. I'm just looking at this right now.
Oh, it already did.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
that's
done.
the athletics there.
I thought that was B's roll. I'm like, what?
Nope. Okay, yep. So athletics is my highest. Nope.
No.
Nope. Okay. It
Yoink.
grabs you. You're here now.
Oops.
You take 2 persistent
Yeah,
damages.
and you're holding your breath. You're
Yes.
officially drowning.
And probably not able to cast spells because that means I had to open my mouth to cast a spell.
If it's a verbal, then yes.
That would be
Thank
all of my
girls.
spells. I'm pretty sure.
There you go.
Oh, actually, let me see.
That's the drowning and suffocation rules.
Let's see. Oh, actually, I do have an attack that's not verbal.
If you speak, you lose all of your remaining air.
I know that. I actually know this rule because I was
Yeah.
looking at underwater combat for reasons.
For reasons. Yes.
I wonder what those could be.
Might be relevant in the future.
Little Miss Water Mage.
Why are you like this? You're so mean.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Chris doesn't say that out loud while
Yeah, no,
B
I'm
is
talking to
drowning.
you, David. I'm not talking to
Was
Chris.
was that particularly mean? Really?
You're just so full of beans. It's hilarious.
Oh no!
All right, let's fucking go. Can I kill this thing or not?
It's still B to act.
Let's see. What did I do there?
You did nothing. You were acted on as a
Okay.
reaction.
Let's try. Well, let's try escaping first, just because. That would be athletics against DC, right?
Yes. Nope.
That is probably not enough. Okay, gonna do a second one.
Yes, actually.
Okay. Amazing. So what after grabbed? What does pull under do? Grappling. Drag them. Okay, so it does actually drag. So I am in the water over there.
You are.
Okay. Am I prone or anything?
No, I'm gonna say you're not.
So if I'm not grabbed, can I have my head out of the water?
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the intent.
Got it. Okay. I think she is going to Okay. So instead of getting out of the water, she's gonna off a little bit and then basically make her hands circle an invisible orb almost, like as if she's having an orb. And there is going to be a ball of water that forms inside of that. And she's gonna blast it at this thing.
Moist hands. Produce
not have-
moistness.
Nope. The primal the focus spell.
Sure. You're using a
Moist.
level 1 spell slot for this.
No, this is a focus point.
That's still a level 1 spell.
It's it's a focus point, like not a spell slot.
Sure, but it does
It
consume that
regenerates.
focus point.
Yeah, but the
yeah,
focus
it
point
does,
comes
I
back
guess.
again, so
Yeah.
It does.
That will hit, and it is kind of obliterated a bit by that.
Mhm.
Boop.
So with all this going on, and just like water elementals all over the fucking place, why would they be here in mass, en masse?
That's a good question.
But like, is there anything I can roll, or is that just like a we have no fucking idea sort of?
I think nature would be the most appropriate, but you could maybe argue arcane for adjacency kind of understanding. Would be a higher
Sure.
DC.
Roll nature. I really can roll nature.
Wow, yeah. So when power gets kind of plugged up and builds up, it can manifest kind of randomly.
Right.
And this kind of feels a bit like that.
So basically, it's a consequence of whatever's going on with the ley lines that they're here. It's
This
not, and also off that roll, would I know whether like do elementals tend to gather around like a much bigger elemental, or like are we expecting fuck off enormous water snake of death, or are we just expecting lots of smaller water snakes?
Giant water snake of death wouldn't surprise you.
Okay, right, yeah, I did wonder.
I would surprise them for once, and then no more after that. Surprise all of us, maybe.
You also know that this kind of spontaneous manifestation of energy tends to be kind of symbolic in a way.
In what sense?
We're all snakes.
It kind of follows the rules of the energy that it's manifesting from, shall we say.
So if the energy is like
Water element?
antagonistic, then it will be antagonistic, or like, do you mean that like the energy is water slanted and therefore we're getting water elementals? Like,
Much more the latter.
Yeah,
Sure.
because this was not supposed to be a bog area, and also it's all water elementals, so that seems like a reasonable train of thought there.
oh yeah. Wait, did we know it wasn't meant to be a bog?
Yeah, we knew it was unlikely to be a naturally occurring bog because this is not one of the areas. Fish described this was not an area where that would be expected.
Sure.
The big tip off, if I'm honest, is that the bog is up a hill.
Oh,
That's a good point. Yeah.
that is true. I guess so. I kind of took that as we were on a hill at the time, that not necessarily that we were going uphill the entire time, but that would be a pretty big tip off.
So
yeah.
is the middle here up, like higher up than everything else? Sorry.
Only very slightly. It's
yeah.
not really a hill so much as like it's not really a defined hill so much as an area of raised elevation.
Okay, but that's still suspicious.
Yeah, you were going up and it was getting boggier, and that's weird.
Yeah.
So when I'm stood on this like platformy bit, what is this?
That's a very good question.
Can I see what it is from here, or?
You can see what you can see. It's quite a way away underwater, so it's difficult to identify.
Oh, there's another one over here.
And here.
Oh yeah.
I actually did notice them at the start. I didn't know if I I didn't get close enough in character, so I didn't comment on it.
Well, I mean, I see we haven't been there, right? So yeah, I mean, Chris has now spotted this, sort of like turns and pokes Zigger while he's pondering. It's like, you see that?
I didn't see that until now. Zigga will hop back up, and
Like, what is that? Any ideas?
I have no idea. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, sure. And Chris will follow Zigger because
Oh.
Chris is a little bitchy shit who can't actually deal with things grabbing him.
Boop.
Boop.
Let's go for boop. So, boop.
Oh,
I
Crap.
don't think you're beating that one.
so thievery then, I guess.
How did it get so high? I literally can't succeed on that no matter what.
Well, no, that one's not the contested check. That's the
Yeah, so there's your contest.
grapple.
So it now needs to roll for its grapple. Holy shit!
okay. Well,
It's very good at
Wreck.
grappling.
Well, that just meets the ZC. It doesn't like I don't fail, at least.
What?
the first one was grappling you. The second one was to
It
pull
yanking
under.
you underwater.
That one.
You have been yanked.
So you are now here.
The first one's not a contested check. It's just against your force save DC.
Okay. I don't remember. Are my hands free?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just stab it.
Okay.
Go a stabbing.
Fucking hell, you are cutting those fine.
Yeah.
So I'm now just wet, and I climb back up.
Yeah.
Must be unpleasant.
Chris sort of like wanders along behind you, and it's like, I would like dry you off, but I get the impression that could happen again. So let's wait for a bit.
Free for you, right? I wouldn't mind being dry.
Sure. And like while we're walking along, Chris will prestidigitation the water off him.
I mean, if you sit there casting prestidigitation all day for 8 hours, then you're probably going to get quite tired at the end.
Yeah, it's fine. But it's not too bad.
Oh.
It's fine.
Another one. I think that's my fault. Let me mute for a second.
This is the first time that there's been two in the same pool, though. Because there was one here.
Yeah, true enough. I'm not sure if I'm going to read too much into that, but go gadget. Oh,
Miss.
does that hit you?
No.
Really?
What's
I have a
your
21
AC?
I have a 21 AC against a single target, but at the moment, if I'm not necessarily expecting it, if you could say I'm not able to use my 2 AC, then I would only have a 19 AC.
Where are you getting that from?
Being a straight up baller.
Well, yeah, I mean, fucking
Swashbuckling.
obviously.
No, I've got leather armor.
Yeah.
I have 4 decks.
So that's 15.
I have nimble dodge. I have
Where's nimble dodge? Nimble dodge,
I-
nimble dodge. Reaction.
I
A
don't know
creature
well enough.
attacks you and you can see the attacker. You dodge out the way, gaining a. Okay, sure. You're not encumbered and it's your reaction. Right. Sure.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. No, that
Yeah, I
adds
have-
up.
And if I have my cape out, I have a 21 AC against a single target. So,
Jeez.
I would say it would be reasonable for me to say I have my cape out.
I mean, now that you know that you're getting twatted by elementals, yeah.
Yeah, so I stab it.
Okay, stab away. Yeah,
It gets enstabbened.
it does get enstabbened.
It don't even need the damage. It died. Lol.
Well, yeah, I haven't been rolling damage for the last 2.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Well,
walk up
Chris
to the
will
edge here.
continue following along.
Mm-hmm.
Does he get attacked there?
Nope.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at it.
Perception.
So- Yeah. What is it? Yeah.
Okay. It looks like a constructed circular hole in the ground.
Does it look like a grate or a drain pipe?
It could well be a drain pipe, yes.
Okay.
Why
Ziggus
would there
is,
be a drain pipe here?
I don't know, especially since there wasn't even supposed to be water.
Exactly.
But yeah, Zigga will put away his rapier and like leave any of his. I don't think I have any objects that would not really want to get wet or anything like that, other than the paper, which I assume I have like in a seal, like a waterproof container or something
Mhm.
like that. But yeah, I'll put away my rapier and get out my dagger so that I can be more maneuverable or whatever. I technically I think that you can use a rapier underwater just fine anyway, but for the sake of RP or whatever, since I think these guys die in one hit anyway, it doesn't really matter. And then I will wade into the water towards this
Oh,
thing.
Uh-oh.
boop.
Okay. And I'm already holding my breath at this point, anticipating that
Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
be.
fine. Let's give you one of them.
Oh, that'll
That's
hit.
gotta hit. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
If it's anything important.
And I will slash back at it.
$14 again.
Uh,
No, that'll hit it.
No. Won't that crit?
That will crit it, yeah.
It died. Lol.
It did, in fact, die.
and now that I'm adjacent to the thing, I will feel down and try to figure out what this thing is.
Sure. It looks like a pipe. The rock and the stone it's made out of are very similar to the ones of the ruin.
Okay. Does there appear to be any sort of mechanism on it?
Nope. The inside looks pretty full of mud.
Okay. Does it look clogged? Do I think that I could like reach in, grab debris out of it, and possibly unclog it?
Probably not grab debris out of it. It looks like there's probably about 3 cubic meters of mud down there. We're looking at more of a clogged toilet situation than anything else, I think.
Than like pulling twigs out of a gutter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to try next is I'm going to pull my rapier back out and I'm going to stab into the mud and see if, as I pull my rapier out, if there's just a minor bit of like suction or whatever prior to it like reclosing the hole.
Sure. Maybe if there is, it's very slight. A lot of mud.
Yeah, might also be a result of the mud.
What are Tulip and Bee up to?
Okay. Now that we've made it roughly here, maybe just take the last couple steps. Is there anything unusual on the back of this
Nope.
structure here?
It's just kind of a wall.
Okay. That's what I thought I would find, but, you know.
Yeah, it's worth a check.
Okay. I guess seeing that, she'll shrug and say, well, it was worth a try. Let's go see what they're up to again.
Yup.
We'll probably head over. Maybe make a perception check to see if that's there, but I don't think she would go for it right now anyway.
Sure.
The answer is no, so she's just going to keep going towards the others.
Oh, what? Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Back here.
There's one here too.
They already went that way.
They did.
Uh-oh.
They're reforming.
God,
Bonk.
That misses.
Okay.
You're
Wow.
an XP farm.
XP farm.
Yeah, you get XP for the encounter, not for the creature, I'm afraid.
But each one of these is like 0.0225 CR or whatever.
Does Tulip want a chance at bisecting something today?
I mean, yes, but you know.
I'll hold my action until after.
Sure. Julep?
Walk up and smack it.
Yeah, I'll move here and then.
That will miss.
Do it again.
It passes straight through the water as if nothing. It's fine. It's as if nothing happened.
Fucking damn it!
And again.
F.
Apparently, they're not susceptible to bastard swords.
They're not bastards. They're pure of heart.
Do I get a third swing or is that it?
You moved, I'm afraid.
Fine,
Okay, well, I
I
guess
stand
I'll,
there and look like an idiot.
I guess I'll take my action.
Oh yeah, no, that's one of them again.
Yeah.
It will fail and kind of spasm and fall back into the water.
And Bee will just silently pat Tulip on the back with one of her still somewhat muddy hands, and she'll just keep walking. Let me know if we get. Maybe I'll let Tulip go first on this trail.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, no,
But-
totally.
What? Huh? What?
Oh no.
It's grappled and then contested.
How do I contest? Oh,
You,
Roll athletics or thievery.
I don't think you lose.
You win.
Jeez.
Okay, it doesn't grab you.
It has a +10. Holy shit! I just realized.
It's
actually,
the
I
only
don't
thing
know.
it can do.
Yeah, no, I
Stab
understand.
it.
Nothing wrong with
Sword
that.
Stab
it.
it, Tulip. Stab it in its.
Cold,
Okay.
icy tentacle. That will miss.
Try again.
That will hit!
Yeah,
That'll
you hit
hit.
it. It died. Lol.
It falls over.
okay. We're just not gonna talk about this.
B is way ahead of you about not talking.
Oh,
That was such perfect timing to mute.
that was.
okay.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well, this is. Again?
Oh my god, at this point I'm gonna climb on this thing and snap its fucking neck. Fuck the bastard sword.
that I think will miss.
It missed. Lol.
I mean, you can punch it. It probably doesn't have much HP.
Tulip
That
to
all-
It
rebut.
that would miss me, so I hope it misses
Yeah.
Tulip.
Oh, am I taking a swing at
Yeah,
it?
Tulip's rebuttal. You are the one who was hit.
Fine. Can I rage or no?
I mean, you can. I don't
Remember,
think, I don't
it
think you need
takes
to.
one hit.
Fine.
Oh yeah, it goes down.
It died. Lol.
Fuck. That one. Cool.
Chris is like kind of vaguely paying attention. He's like, I swear these things are reforming a little quicker, aren't they?
Yeah,
a lot of
a
them.
touch. But it's a symbolic fight, right?
Hmm.
At least to some degree. Like, it wants to drag us underwater for the most part, so. Like, is there a way to detect if there's anything underwater of significance? Because it, like, that. Like, right in the middle of the well, it looks like there was a staircase there that collapsed at some point. So.
I guess,
something's
like-
fucking going on.
I guess I cast detect magic.
Each of the spots where you've seen a gribble pop up is quite magical. And in fact, you feel magic here, and here,
Oh,
What about here?
and here. But not here above the background level.
Interesting. So
And,
these things pop up at a crossroads every single time, like right when we're nestled in the corner of these paths.
that may be a coincidence. Well, maybe.
I go
It's-
like over here. Do I get a ping off the actual like towery bit?
Not above background.
Chris like frowns and then points over here and it's like, there's one there. There's one there. He's like pointing at the corners of the thing.
Okay. So Ziga points out the current issue is he's like probably waist deep in muddy water or whatever.
Mid-thigh.
Yeah, okay. And so there's a drain down here, but it's completely clogged with mud. And I can't think of a way to unclog it. I don't even know if unclogging it would be useful. But it's the only thing that I have to go off of right now.
That
Does
seems
anybody
like
have anything that could potentially help? I mean, you could theoretically just mage hand mud out in smaller or like relatively large quantities, out onto the dirt over here, right? And it would take a while, but I don't see any reason that you could just do it indefinitely,
Yeah, I mean
right?
probably. Sure.
I mean, that would probably take like 15 minutes or so. I'd
I mean,
wager.
Can I just try and like not try and remove all the mud in there, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
And try and make a furrow deep enough that I get to the end of the mud. That makes it like just go straight down.
Like
Like,
core it almost.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, you can. And in fact, you do, and the water starts draining through it quite nicely.
That actually worked.
But the level doesn't seem to be getting any lower.
Does it seem like water is coming in from somewhere?
No.
There's no currents visible or anything like that?
No. I mean, there's it's kind of like coming in from all edges of the pool, almost, as it falls down into the drain.
I guess I'll just keep taking more of the mud out until we've got like an actually like unclogged drain.
Sure. It takes quite a while. Probably, yeah, about 15, 20 minutes.
Does it look like the black hole thing? You know, the sculpture they made where it's like just like a hole in the water.
Yes, almost.
But the water still isn't going down.
No.
Well,
Where does that drain go?
That's a good question. Is this
I mean, if we did this for all three drains, at the very least, we'd be dealing with a massive displacement of water. Even if it is still coming back just as fast, it's got to be going somewhere, and we could probably figure out where it's coming from with all the water being displaced.
Bee is going to have a suspicion. She's going to ask one of the other two to do a detect magic on the drain now.
Okay.
To see if anything is...
Does it ping?
Yes, kind of, weirdly.
So, she says maybe the mud was blocking the magic source, but it seems like this isn't just a normal hole.
Yeah, but like, my concern is, where's all the water going? Because it has to go somewhere, right?
And she
So
said,
what if we've just like flooded somewhere?
well, she says, only one way to find out.
Drown
Are you
them
about
all.
Are you about to tell me to jump in the drain?
No. I was gonna volunteer. And she pulls out a rope and she starts to hide around this rock.
Okay. You do know this is kind of insane.
It doesn't look like it's that. If something happens, you can always pull me back up.
What if it takes you into one of those weird, like, demi-plane whatevers?
Then the rope will cut off, and then you can follow in after me.
Oh, good.
Right?
Yeah. Right. It looks very unhappy with this situation.
Well, I'll go in with you.
I would
That way
appreciate
we,
that.
that way we can go together.
I am astoundingly glad that we're doing this over the internet because my face would have just given away a lot.
Oh no.
Let's see. Before I try this, I do have a question. When I summon an animal, do I have some sort of magical connection to it that I can, like, I feel a tether or something?
I'm going to say yes because that's more interesting.
Okay. So, damn, I'm really gonna be losing trust with whoever I'm summoning these from. But she said, okay, I'll try something a little less all in to start. And she is going to she's gonna try casting summon animal centered directly above the drain.
Mm-hmm.
Here's our victim for the day.
Please don't. No, please don't. Please pick an aquatic animal. I
don't know if I have any aquatic. Let me see.
Can it just be an otter instead of a skunk? Can we just imagine that?
Possibly. Let's see.
A dolphin.
Oh no, you're right. I do have. Hang on.
I mean, I imagine you can summon pretty much any animal that's roughly within the combat capabilities of a skunk.
No,
like a dolphin seems entirely reasonable.
Dolphin is next level, but I do have access to a what's it better?
My hand is a dolphin.
Yeah, I kind of forgot I had access to other things, to be honest. Let's do a snapping turtle.
Okay, yeah, they can do that.
snapping turtle can hold its breath for 30 minutes, so it doesn't have to breathe
Sure.
in dirty
So
swamp water.
it will demanifest before it runs out of breath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then you send it in.
Yep.
Okay, it's gone.
Okay. The tether feels broken.
Yeah.
Got it.
Tether feels broken. Like, how did it break? Like, it went out of signal. The creature died.
It didn't die. It just went.
Uh,
Did it leave the material plane, or did it?
I don't think it's
run.
that specific.
It just went.
It just went.
Are we dealing
Chris
with
watches
a?
the turtle go into the black hole, turns to look at B. It's like, is it still there?
And for some reason, with a bit of a smile on her face, she says, "Nope."
No, it's not still there. Right. So, is the plan still to jump in there?
And she says, "Well, that seems like the more." So she's gonna launch off into like a bit of a mini speech, saying, this is all weird. There's clearly something magical going on. This whole thing feels like it's like almost a seal of some sort, maybe. That's plugging up the ley lines. This is just me pulling stuff out of my ass because it seems reasonable. Though. So, given that this isn't causing the water level to go down, I'm thinking there's something that's still keeping it from getting unclogged.
Well, I mean, presumably the other two, the drains might have something to do with that. Maybe maybe we can overwhelm the mechanism by unclogging all three drains.
All right. And she deflates a little bit. She sits down by the rock and says, I guess we'll just wait here then.
Man, I really wanted to drown today.
Chris like looks at B and sees her sit down and sort of deflates. Like, fine, I'll wait here. And Chris is like, I'll wait with you. Guys, would you mind? Do you guys mind going and unclogging the other drains?
She just swan dives into it.
Precisely is what he's expecting.
No.
I need your mage hands to come unclog these drains.
That's a good point. Chris turns to Tulip and is like, Tulip, could you stop your sister from committing suicide for me? That'd be great.
I guess Tulip picks B up and is like, there.
Okay.
You're mine now, let's get soft tacos.
Yeah,
precisely.
You're my sister now. We're having soft tacos later.
Okay, Zigga, lead the way so I don't get eaten by weird water snake things.
Okay.
Out of character, I'm thinking that each of us has to have a time, a turn to be suicidal every once in a while.
As a treat.
Yeah.
It's not an everyday food.
Just to keep things spicy.
I enjoy the fact that in lots of social situations, Chris is the complete liability. But in these situations, we have B who's like, jump in the giant portal of death!
I wasn't like this last time,
no.
at least.
Oh
I was
no,
pretty
B
against
sat
jumping
there
into
like,
this other.
B
Okay.
sat there like, Mom said it's my turn to commit suicide.
and you get the equivalent of like an unplugged in controller in your suicide attempt.
Yeah.
Mom said it's my turn to commit suicide.
Oh no.
And-
You've got the unplugged see-through Mad Catz controller.
No, you have the unplugged in toaster that you get to drop in the bathtub.
Oh no.
I love that. I love the idea that like somebody's about to do it. Chris kicks the door down and is like, "No, that's a perfectly good fucking toaster. Don't you dare!"
I guess.
Alright, so any
while we're
amount
on
of
the way up
people-
there, I'll detect magic so we know when there's one in front of us. FYI, we probably have to go all the way back up here and then round because
mean,
of the
if
big
we
fucking
if we-
rocks.
I'm already thoroughly dirty at this point, so I don't care as much anymore. But if we know how to detect the pools, then I don't mind just wading through the water to get around them so we don't have to fight them.
Oh, that's a fair point. Let's do that. Yeah, Tom,
Yeah.
I'd use detect magic and bullshit my way into not getting
Okay.
eaten by water snakes.
Bear with me.
I'm making my way across, but like, however I need to do it.
You're gonna do it by yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this.
Whoa! Yeah,
Oh,
okay. So
we're right
we
beside
can
us.
actually do it. Sort.
Yeah, we
Just
Oh.
about. You have to be a bit creative around here because you. I'm
We
not
can go,
using
like,
the right
up
layer.
here,
You have to
around-
go up there and around the rock. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure. Chris, like, detect magic's his way over here. Then Mage Hand's the. Actually, he's not going to do it that close. He's going to be, like, on the shore.
Mhm.
Mage Hand all the crap out of the drain again.
Yep. And same as before. Eventually, after a good bit of effort, it gets clear, and the water seems to be draining into nothing from nothing.
Man, this Mage Hand has paid dividends. Jesus Christ. And then I guess we can do the same, because we can go, like, up through here, around over here, up there, through here, through here, through here, through here.
Yes.
Ish.
Yes.
So I end up
that
over
is-
here.
That is a valid path.
Sorry, Tom.
No, it's good.
I'm
It's good.
circumventing your shit.
No, it's good. It's good. I wanted you to. I didn't know how you were going to do it, but I wanted you to figure out a way not to have to get twatted by a water lash every 5 feet.
Oh,
So I will now again unclog the drain.
Okay. And once again, it empties out, but this time.
Yep.
This time.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
It's
It
all
worked.
drained.
Did it turn to
drains
blood?
out. No, it's mud.
Oh, okay.
I
And
want-
Do a whole bunch of sea serpents like flounder on the muddy surface?
no, they kind of just are part of the water and go down the drain.
But the middle bits haven't drained out. Right?
Correct.
I wonder. And Chris turns to Zigger and is like, "Is it possible that that thing over there is like a giant drain and we can't see it because of all the wood?"
It's possible. We can go check it out.
Yeah, I guess we like wander down and then through here is the way
Mhm.
to do it.
Yep.
Climb over this because fuck the
Go for
water
that.
snakes. Can I just like I don't know how long this is going to take, but can I just like
Okay, we'll put it back.
part the crap to see if there is like a drain?
I need
under
to
it?
step away for a bit. My kiddo's gotten into my wife's makeup.
Oh, jeez. Sure.
Righto. So
You can eventually move most of it. The big bits of board that are down there might need a bit of muscle from Zigger to.
yeah, I mean between
completely
us,
shift, but
either
between
way.
the two of you, you can part the crap, and below it is a hell of a lot of mud and no sign of deeper structure.
No drain.
No drain.
Weird. Chris, I guess, calls over to the other two and it's like, well, that's cleared some of it. Oh, wait, hang on. There. It's kind of hard to see.
Ah,
That's a drain.
that's
Right?
also here.
Where's the last one? Is one of them covered by one of the markers, Tom? By any
Yes.
chance? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I'm an
sorry.
idiot. I shouldn't have put one
Yeah,
there. I'll move him there. He was there all along.
Sure.
Yeah.
Chris, I guess he'll like spend the 20 minutes parting the sea of stuff and then sort of turn around and be like, why hasn't, and then see a drain and go, oh,
Parting the brown seas.
Oh no.
and then just sort of wander over and do the same. I mean, yeah, just walk
Sure.
around, clear them out.
Yes, I think you can do that safely from all locations.
Yeah, I just end up climbing over this a bunch, basically, and
Pretty
just
much,
wandering.
yeah.
And...
And in fact, they do clear very similarly, and most of all of the water drains away. And as
Huh.
it does so, it starts to rain.
Okay.
It starts to rain.
It starts to rain.
Probably hasn't rained here for a long time.
Is it like floorboards there, or is that just like a weird texture?
That is floorboards, but I regret putting them there. So please
Sure.
ignore them.
Sure. That's fine. I mean, Chris will like sort of clamber down and wander over to the other two at this point and be like, "Well, that was eventful."
Probably does not respond. He is probably asleep.
Asleep?
And she probably got bored and fell asleep against the rock.
That did
Or again.
take like an hour and a half to clear those drains. Because they were like 20 minutes each. By the way, it is dark now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's actually dark, then maybe at some point B would have told Tulip that they should go set up some tents or something.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like at the, I guess, like somewhere here.
Like at the edge over here somewhere or something.
Sure.
Away from any pools of water.
I mean, if it's raining, then I guess we'll all huddle under the tent somewhere, wherever we make it, if it's in the corner here.
Presumably after we get mud free. Or I guess you could
Yeah,
always clean
Chris will clear everyone off because like, but he's probably yawning by the end of all this. Like, oh my god, I've used so much fucking prestidigitation
What
today.
layer did I put that on?
Ah.
There we go.
But I don't have it. Can't do double duty.
So he'll clear everyone off as best he can, and then sort of like, sleepy-eyed will look about and be like, "So, what? Why is it raining now?"
Yeah, what exactly do we do?
Could be B will kind of try to bullshit an explanation as she sometimes does. Could be that the is is mana a thing?
Sorry? Is
Is mana
mana a thing?
Yes.
Magical
Whatever
magical energies are a thing, yes.
Okay, so then maybe there was water aligned energy in this area that was just stuck for some reason, and maybe this structure is even to help facilitate a cycle here, just because there's so many ley lines kind of meeting here, and maybe it's naturally a bit out of whack, and this is to stabilize it. And once we cleared that out, it started working normally again, and the energy is cycling through back into the natural process. Is my guess anyway.
Cool.
Okay. So, Zega will sketch the area. So I will draw a diagram of what basically we see as the map right here, and then also draw a specific diagram of this well or whatever it is. What did we? I apologize. I missed some of what we did at the very end.
There were three
We
more
moved the boards out of the way.
There were 3 more drains. So we did check under all the boards and there was nothing there, but I turned around and went, hang on, there's a drain. So I went and cleared out the other 3 drains.
Okay, gotcha.
And then it started raining.
Started raining.
It's really coming down now.
Oh, is it getting heavier?
Well, I mean, rain does that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Do I have any idea of what the fuck this entire contraption is? Is that like an Arcana check or an occultism check? Like,
you could try Arcana or occultism.
Because it's just like the drain seems so weirdly specific, and they were clearly doing something magical. Yeah, I'll try for Arcana, I guess. It doesn't seem occult to me. It seems more like classically wizardy.
Magical construct meant to do
Well, not bad.
Not bad. Yeah, it seems like a conduit for energies of some description in some way.
Okay. So like it's there to like process water energy?
Possibly.
Go put your toys back in your chest.
Was my random bullshit kind of close?
Kinda.
Okay.
Huh. Chris will like shrug and climb into the tent, be like, now it's raining a lot and I'm tired. Let's figure this out in the morning.
Yeah. It's like as good as a pretty good idea. You're just full of them today.
I hesitate to point out that it is now almost 7, so is this like
This
cutoff point?
We are getting to the end, yes.
Okay.
I didn't even realize it is a long session today.
Yeah. So is everyone bedding down for the night?
Yes.
Yes.
Or I am.
Okay.
Yeah, after I
Someone will
finish
keep
my
watch, I
drawings.
guess. We'll do our usual watch thing.
Yeah, Tulip will take first shift.
Sure. So as the night goes on, the rain does get heavier and heavier and heavier. Until come dawn, it is fucking torrential.
It has not stopped. Okay.
Oh no.
So that does seem unusual, but maybe it's just a backlog. Looking through.
It does seem reasonable that if this was controlling the weather cycle, that it would if it's been clogged forever, then it would probably
Or we've just unleashed something like from the movie Weathering with You upon the continent. Have any of you seen that?
Nope.
I'd like
No.
to think that level 2 characters wouldn't be capable of unleashing.
No, but maybe we
Well,
unclogged something that could cause that.
So
Basically, it never stopped
Chris-
raining. So,
Chris
but-
like steps out into the rain, steps back into the tent, thinks for a second, and then
Already
it's like
soaked to the bone.
he prestidigitations it off himself because fuck it,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, thinks for a second, he goes, wait, and then so I have the shield cantrip,
Right.
which lets me raise a magical shield of force. Can I make an umbrella out of it? It doesn't actually do anything necessarily, but it seems like something he would do, and I like the idea that he uses a spell that is meant to protect him from harm to not get wet or as wet in the rain.
Until
Or if not-
until and if it has a mechanical consequence, yes.
Yeah, if nothing else, he's using it to make it so that Tabit isn't quite so bitchy.
Sure.
that
So he thinks for a second and just like mutters under his breath and like waggles his fingers, and you just see like a weird shimmering I don't know what you call it, like circle appear above him, and he steps out into the rain and isn't getting completely fucked by it. It's like, that's better.
Yeah.
And then looks back at everyone else and is like, we should leave.
should we?
I mean, I'm worried about like the ground getting so sogden that we can't.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's torrentially raining out here, and we are on top of a hill. We're the best place that you possibly could be for this sort of rain to be taking place.
high ground.
I think we should probably just stay here and wait it out.
Huh.
That might be a good idea. Maybe in the meantime we can look around to see if there's like a tap or something.
A tap?
Yeah,
like,
just turn off the
stop.
stopcock, it'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, seems like this place does a whole lot of other stuff. Maybe they do have one.
Sure, I guess. And then he'll sort of start wandering over there. I don't know whether. I guess the rain, you just hear like tap 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 on this magical shield.
It's like being in a conservatory or in a
Yes,
greenhouse
quite
while it's
literally.
raining. Yeah.
How big is this flavor shield? cantrip?
I
It's-
don't know.
It's about 1.5 feet in diameter, I think. It's like a normal shield. So
So-
it basically covers him.
It covers me, and I guess if B is going to be forceful about it and like squeeze underneath it, she can
You have an
manage.
actual shield you can use as an umbrella.
Yeah, but it's not as good because my one's like way above me. I
Are
can
you
hold it in
are
the
you
air.
inviting me in?
It like Chris will start walking and like look back and be like, "I have space for one. If you want to sort yourself out, do it."
Sure, why not? She'll
So that you
go
make
and
a slow way
basically
there.
going on is basically grabbing onto Chris's back. It's
Yep.
like walking in lockstep with him.
Yep.
Wow. Cozy.
Yeah, cozy. That's better than being not cozy because of all the rain.
True.
Yep.
Zega, on the other hand, is just going to stay in this tent.
Sure.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Well, we do need someone to weigh it down so it doesn't get washed away.
Yep.
And
I don't think
does,
that'll actually stop it, but
does Tulip have a specific reaction to the torrential rain?
Nope. she's just a gargoyle at the moment, peering off into the distance and watching.
Gargoyle.
Just the
Sure.
gargoyle.
Okay, we will end it there, I think, in the torrential rain.
We've unleashed disaster.
We are Noah.
No, you're God. Noah didn't cause the flood.
Fine, I'm Noah. I've got the Ark. It's my shitty magic shield.
That is now canonically what Chris calls it.
The Ark.
It's the
Yeah,
Ark,
sure,
yeah.
why not?
Because it has like an arc profile.
My
Yep.
God.
Yeah,
fun.
makes sense.
That's a pretty good name for it, honestly.
Yep.
I like it.
Unleash the arc.
Yes. It's really intimidating for the mooks who don't understand better.
I enjoy the fact that I've been in multiple combats so far and not used it as a shield, but the moment that I might get wet in the rain, I use it as an umbrella.
Hey, the
Yeah.
utility
This
cantrip
this
doesn't
says something.
You keep throwing shit at people and then making other people lucky.
That is in fact the intention.
And not summoning your own shield that lasts for 10 rounds or whatever.
Yeah, I took a spell that I probably shouldn't have, but I felt like fit with what everything else I was doing. I took Sanctuary as one of my spells this level. I don't know how good it really is, but it's cool.
situational. Like, actually, probably. I mean, if you wanted to spend a spell slot, it might have actually been useful here. Obviously, we weren't really spending much of anything.
Well, that was funny.
It was a very interesting session. I'll put it that way. I do like it though. It was a good amount of mystery and problem solving, I think.
Yeah.
The tentacles came back whenever everyone moved out of their range, by the way.
No bisecting people for Tulip today.
Tulip
No.
bisected a couple
Tulip got
tentacles.
one of them.
They're not people.
This is why I said that there was going to be some ethical bisecting today.
I
I
want
know
to
you
talk
did-
people too. Come
I
on.
know you didn't mean it that way, but it legitimately sounded like you were calling Tulip a not people. It's like, goddamn.
Oh no, I meant the water snake things aren't people.
No, I know that's what you meant, but it is kind of hilarious. It's like Tulip's not people. Tulip's
This
just
is why you think I'm so mean. You just take everything I say in the worst way possible.
yeah. Also, it's fun to mess with you, so deal with it.
Damn it.
That's the important
Wait a second. That's the
Wow.
real reason.
Right. I am on 36 hours of no sleep, so I'm gonna call it. That has
Right.
been
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Yeah. I'll
Thank-
catch y'all later.
Thank you for playing, everyone.
Thank you for
Bye. Good night.
It was lots of fun. I think I'm gonna take no direction at some point.
Yes.
Take what?
No direction.
Oh, for fuck's
I mean,
sake.
there's
I carry on
there-
thinking of that as N-O, not K-N-O-W.
That's what I currently have. I have no direction.
Yeah, that is true.
IRL and in game.
Yes, particularly IRL. My directional sense is horrible. In real
Oh, I
life.
thought I was referring to like in life.
No, that's actually going pretty well. It's my fucking actual direction, like spatial directional sense that
Sure.
suffers.